Good evening, all, and welcome. We are currently in overtime of this game. We do apologize. There was an injury timeout, and that's going to do it right there. The game goes to Tipsy Talking Twisters. We did have an injury for Conco tonight. He was taken away. He had smiles on the way out, so all of our well wishes go out to him. But that is going to do it for game number one. Tipsy Talking Twisters taking down the Tsunami Tactician 11-10 in overtime. Just one of those freak accidents. It sounded like he stepped on a stick and went down. But Tipsy Talking Twisters are going to take the victory 11-10 in overtime. Again, we hope the best for Kako. Our next game will be coming up here very shortly. It's going to be Sinkhole Sidewinders going up against Firestorms Hockey Club. I'm going to go on mute right now to finish taking care of my kids, but did want to jump on and give you guys a quick update. Sinkhole Sidewinders and Firestorms Hockey Club will be here coming up next. I believe you have Dave, not Dave. We got Rob the Mayor with Steve Newberry, so they'll be able to fill you guys in a little bit more on what happens, and we'll jump into the rest of the action. Going to be a late night tonight. Everyone buckle in. We are here for it, and we will give you as many updates as we can. But next game, Sinkhole Sidewinders against Firestorm Hockey Club. See you then.
We got Rob running the play-by-play tonight with Newberry by my side. How you doing, Noobs? Well, we just had a very long, eventful game. We won't get into it too much. Obviously, some people saw what happened, but unfortunately, the legend Konko took a spill there and kind of brought the game to a halt. Hopefully, he feels better and hopefully it doesn't hurt your guys' team too much. I'm hoping hopefully it's a speedy recovery. Maybe it's not as serious as it looked, you know?
Yeah, let's hope for it, yeah.
But we got a good game going on here. We got Sinkhole Sidewinders versus the Firestorm Hockey Club. So far, it's a 1-0 game already for Sinkhole Sidewinders. Didn't get good look on who got that first goal. We were still kind of getting set up here, but we are getting moving now here. Bill Smith with the white stripe helmet coming down, taking a shot, blocked there by Kuhn. Now we got Brad obviously doing what Brad does. Look at him moving around, trying to find a good shot. Nothing there. And Brad with a good chance. Oh, and he still got it. Oh, and it's loose. 2.0 just had to turn over on the wall, and Brad took advantage of that one.
That's definitely not what you want to see on defense. You got to be careful about those. Brad can perform down low like that every single time.
Now, News, have you played against either one of these teams yet?
Yep, I played against the Firestorm.
Okay, what would you have to say that Sinkhole Sidewinders has to do to control the Firestorm in this game?
Pass from the outside, avoid the middle because they were really aggressive on forecheck. They were really aggressive on blocks. You want to keep moving the puck as much as you can from back to front, side to side, on the outside, rather than turning it over and letting them get chances the other direction.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, we played this Sinkhole Sidewinders team 2 weeks ago, and I won't lie, I got a little nervous. I thought they were gonna catch up on us for the record that we set for most goals in a game. They just kind of were just shooting, and we just could not stop it. And Brad kind of like gets out there, and you get such a hyper focus on Brad. It kind of took away from the fact that the other players on the team can shine, and Maston, and then I think their rookie scored a total of 7 between the two of them. So we put so much focus on Brad that we kind of lost sight, I feel like, of the rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely the rest of the team can shoot, so you can't leave any of them open either. Even if even the rookie H. Keller's got a really great shot. So
we got Sweet possessing down the board, looking for D'Angelo Cross. Oh, looks for the feed for the 2.0 crashing in, but does not get there. Really interested to see how Firestorm kind of bounces this week based off of the podcast and the fact that they got their first loss last week. So I'm really interested to see if they can kind of bounce back from taking a loss and continue to be the force that they've been the first 4 weeks, or if they're going to kind of get pushed over here by Sinkhole. And again, Brad doing what Brad, just the way how fast he moves that puck around, man, it's just nuts. Just putting good pressure on Sweet. Nice save by Alex. Double saves. 2.0 looking for Brian over there on the post. D'Angelo looking for the high pass to Sweet. Chris putting the pressure on Sweet. 2.0 and Brian trying to smash it home, and Alex is just holding strong. Oh, that's going to hurt. That was a shot from Red. Stone cold by 2.0. Now this must be the other rookie on Sinkhole. He was wasn't here when I played against Sinkhole. Chris with an opportunity on Kenton. And he crashes Kenton. The goalies are getting crashed tonight hard. Tim got crashed.
We won't talk about that too much from our game. You'll just have to go back and watch the live if you haven't seen it.
Nice save by Alex on 2.0. Chris with an opportunity, but Sweet with that long reach. 2.0 and Sweet coming down. This is a dangerous combination if you're not careful. Oh, what a shot by 2.0.
That's the big danger for them. Every single one of these guys on Firestorm can shoot really, really well. You don't want to give them space to shoot. You have to play them as much as you can, all the way up, no shots allowed.
Getting the score bug updated here. Got a 2-1 game here. Sinkhole Sidewinder still holding the lead. Nice play by George, breaking up that pass. But Paul Fridman looking for a great play to Bill Smith. Bill Smith, the shot. Alex with a save for the Alex. Maston holding it down. Shot wide on Kenton. Sweet breaking up the pass. Fridman alone in front. Maston shutting that down. Great out by Maston. White stripe Bill going in the corner. Fridman looking for a pass. Oh, looking for a nice connection there on Bill. Ooh. Oh, what a play by Sweet, and a goal! That was a wonderful play. Good look from Sweet to see Fridman wide open with a beautiful backhand pass. Ties his game up a bit too.
I'd be curious to see which team has the most goals down low within the 3-point arc. I think Firestorm does exceptionally well at that cross crease pass there, especially burying on that pass.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that really stands out with Firestorm that I've seen is they know how to make those plays down low, and they know how to get, I wouldn't say chippy, but they get right in that range down low. And I was watching, Bill with a nice chance there. I've seen a couple teams the last few weeks when I've done the broadcast where they spend a lot of their time taking the deep shot and hoping for someone to pick it up, or even just doing the dump in, and they're losing possession versus Firestorm, who's at the top right now of the standings, but not the top of the power rankings, is finding good ways to keep the puck below the red line, really, in that 3-point arc, if you say.
Absolutely. With the number of blocks that they have, and with how well Penton's playing, if you can do that, that's just a recipe for success right there.
Uh-oh. Little pass back and forth here. I think Firestorm's kind of panicking. Sweet in the corner. Nice over to Bill. Chris with a block. Bill's kind of getting cornered here, but he's got Sweet on the wall. Sweet looking for Fridman crash and just could not fully connect. Oh, nice grab by Alex. Brad's got an open Chris down low. If Fridman catches that, Fridman catches it. Good play, good play. Bill with a nice shot on Alex. Great save. God, it's like a sauna up here. I swear to God.
It definitely went from comfortable to maybe 20 degrees above comfortable up here.
I mean, unfortunately, too, we were standing around for a while there, waiting for Conco to get some care, and we're sitting there, and the gym's just cooling down because we got the doors open, and everyone was cooled down. I didn't even break a sweat for overtime. It was a quick overtime.
Very quick.
It was very quick overtime. But I didn't even break a sweat, and just then I come up here and in this press box to do this broadcast, and it is hot. Oh, what a pass by Brad. And
Oh, not as hot as the rookies on this team, though. That was a beautiful shot.
What a shot. We got a 3-3 game. Oh, sorry, 3-2. I don't know why I said 3-3.
Just predicting the future, that's all.
Knowing Firestorm, I don't see this game staying 3-2 for very long. 2.0 ripping a shot. Another one by Sweet. 2 looking for an availability. He's got George all over him, swarming him right now. Great defense by George, pushing him outside. Chris battling Brian down low. I had no angle on there. 2.0's got it back.
That's been Brian.
Oh, great shot. Alex with a nice save. Brad getting ready to rip. Brian's got time up the wall. Nice shot. Saved by Alex. Oh, it's a loose puck. George gets it out. Two's gonna try and look for something here. Oh, it's in the feet. Oh, Brad's got loose some time here. Oh, Sweet's gonna bring the pressure. Great pressure by Sweet. In these moments, I feel like defensively, when you're on Brad, you just got to be patient.
Absolutely.
You can't force.
I mean, there's definitely some, high-end players in the league where you want to push the pace, try to, get it right up in their face. And I don't think Brad's one of those. He can move around you so quickly, going side to side. That, you just have to give him that stick length space.
Yep. Give him some time. Watch the play develop. See where he's looking. Nice pass. Oh, just nice defense right there. George looking for somebody. Brian putting the pressure on. 2.0 trying to get it out. It's on the wall. Nice backhander by George. Brian pushing up the wall here. We got Sweet in the corner. Sweet looking for 2.0, and he's got him. And like I said, 3-3, just like that.
And there's another goal with Firestorm being left open down low. They're gonna, convert on those every time. And it seems like a lot of teams that leave him there.
Good face-off battle there. Maston crashing the net. I feel like that's not something you see every day. Maston go for a wraparound now. Sweet with some time. Great save by Alex. Sweet gonna look for a pass or a rebound. He's gonna look for the pass. Great defense by the rookie here. Still the Sweet. The rookie putting pressure on Sweet. Sweet taking a quick shot. And again, just like that, Sweet was all the way high in the face-off area, and before you know it, puck's down in the corner, and Sweet's crashing the net while 2.0 is looking for something. These guys, the Firestorm just crashes the net so hard. It's tough to kind of control. And these guys sneak around you. Sweet with all the time in the world here. 2.0 taking a line change. Maston's just letting him set up. Uh-oh. Maston takes advantage of Kenton trying to figure out what to do with the
I
puck.
guess it's a good thing that Maston was forechecking so hard there, unlike his usual, back-checking very hard.
Seems like there's a little bit of frustration here from Kenton. Maston kind of just rushing back, and
It sounds like he said he stepped on his foot. It definitely looked like he got tied up there for a second. I don't know how much that affected the play or not, but
yeah, and I think the issue is there was a penalty called after that goal because Kenton took his blocker off and threw it to the ground. So I think they called a unsportsmanlike penalty there, and that kind of had Kenton frustrated. Right now, Bill's serving the penalty for Kenton throwing in his blocker. I mean, so for anybody that doesn't know, in the RFHL, you can't get frustrated after a goal or anything like that. You can't throw your stick, shoot the puck on the other side of the rink, or take your blocker off and slam it in frustration like that.
absolutely. We're all friends here. We're all trying to make it home in one piece. So we're just, the league's trying to do a good job of curbing that animosity and, keep tempers low and friendly games.
All right, Sweet doing his best to kill this penalty right now. I mean, Sweet and Fredman, I feel like are two people that'd be great for penalty killing. You got one of the blocker of the year, probably like every year for the last 3 years, and then Sweet, who's just such a well-rounded player, offense, defense, everything. So great two people to have out there for a kill. I think Bill's coming out in about 5 seconds. Oh, and the rookie snags another goal.
Right as Bill steps onto the 4-2.
Sinkhole is jumping out to a 2-goal, 5-3 lead with 20 seconds left in the first period here. Sweet pressure and Brad. Good pressure. He's got 5 seconds to make a quick play happen here. Oh,
Great book by Alex. Tip the puck away.
Oh, the buzzer had gone. Not like last week where Brad gets the goal with the buzzer beater, but this one was definitely after the buzzer.
Even with Furlano's suggested rule, I don't think that would have counted.
Nope. That buzzer was well gone for at least a solid second. Well, Noobs, we got a first period down. It is 5-3 sinkhole. Is this going anywhere that you thought it would have gone for this game, or is it on par? What are you thinking?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely expected them to get out early, and then once they get they get the rhythm back to turn the table and maybe swing the other way. Maybe see a 2-goal swing the opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's. What do you think Sinkhole's got to do to not Sinkhole, Firestone? What do you think Firestone's got to do to kind of get themselves back in this game and play the way that they've been the last 4 weeks, where they kind of usually play up ahead?
That's a great question. It's tough because they're so methodical, and I think maybe that's their biggest weakness too, is that they play the same game no matter what happens. And so if they're down playing their game, it's going to be tough to come back with that.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think if Sinkhole comes out and they just kind of control the pace, control the pressure, they did a really good job, especially when they were on their run where they just played possession. They just held the puck. They looked for the open passes. I mean, 2 of those goals were just beautiful cross crease passes where they looked for the pass, they looked for the play, and they made a great opportunity to happen. They play like that this period. I think they kind of balance this game out. Either we end the second period at an even, or I think Sinkhole is gonna kind of find themselves falling into a sinkhole. It's hard to find a weakness right now with Sinkhole though, so that's why I'm just not too sure how this is gonna play.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we got Brad Maston. Forgive me, do you know what this rookie's name is?
That is Andrew Keller.
Andrew Keller coming out here for Sinkhole, going against White Stripe Bill, D'Angelo, and 2.0. Hopefully Kenton had a moment there to kind of calm his nerves. He's playing great this season. So, I mean, 5-goal first period, I feel like is a little bit unlike him this season so far. But hopefully he can kind of shake that off, bounce back, and have a great second period. D'Angelo with a great block, putting pressure on already to start. Sinkhole working that possession, or Firestone working possession the way they want to already. Keller not sure what he's going to do with there. Brad holding possession. Maston with a rip.
It's not unusual to see Firestorm give so much space to teams. Used to watching them kind of get up in your face and play a little more aggressively on the forecheck. They gave Rob a lot of space on the back end there. And that may be the key to their success to turn this around.
Yeah. D'Angelo taking advantage of Brad being at the corner.
Let D'Angelo shoot. He's got such a great shot. I mean, from every angle.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that was a smart hockey IQ play by D'Angelo there. He saw Brad kind of frustrated after losing the possession there against Kenton, and he was down in the corner, and nobody was at the top of the arc. So D'Angelo turned around and just put on the gas, ran down, and found his corner. We got a 5-4 game now. That was in the first minute of the second period. So,
oh, we almost had a goal there. Went off the crossbar and down.
Maston going for a line change here. Firestorm with possession. 2.0 down in the corner. Always got D'Angelo up high. Great feed. D'Angelo with a shot. It's going to be blue puck.
I think they called it yellow. It looked like it went off of Alex, man. I think maybe that's what happened there.
Correction. It is a yellow puck. Fridman down in the corner here. Good look. George said, nope, that's not happening. No one down low right now for Firestone. Fridman in possession behind the puck. D'Angelo up high, right where he loves to be. Fridman and George battling right now. And here comes Brad. Oh, great battle right there by Fridman.
And there's that aggressive back check / forecheck that we're used to seeing more so from Firestorm. I think that's the big success there. You know, get on each player and play your part.
Exactly. I feel like if they continue to push that forecheck, they're really going to come out on top here with kind of controlling the way they like to have the possession here. All right, the rookie again, possessing. Got a great shot. Oh, Fredman wanted that bad. Brad looking for George. George with a quick shot. Paul with a great block. Oh, no. Oh, no. And now Brad's got opportunity. Great shot by Brad. Just wide. The hands up close. Brad is looking for his opportunity. Backhand wide. D'Angelo just dumps it behind the net. Bill with all sorts of time, looking to possess. Blue puck. Oh, Fredman with another block. 2.0 all alone in the corner here. Looking to cross it through. No luck. Sweet looking for Fredman here. Fredman at 2. Chris is there. Sweet with a shot. I think that's going to come back to yellow maybe here. Unless it did not go off of blue. Guess it did not go off blue. It is a blue puck. 2.0 all over Chris right now. Chasing him behind the net. Good battle here by Chris in 2.0. And Brad comes out on top. 2.0 in the corner, looking for an opportunity. Oh!
Misfire right in the middle there, almost a sweep.
Coming up on the 5 minutes down in the second period here. It's a 5-4 game. Sinkhole on top still. Sinkhole hasn't found the back of the net yet this period, though. So, blocks. Oh. Firestorm is definitely putting pressure on. I haven't seen Sinkhole find the back of the net or get a lot of great pressure, to be honest.
That doesn't seem like they've taken very many shots either. I mean, I think I can count 5 in 5 minutes, and that's unusual for this league.
Firestorm is just doing a great job of keeping that puck behind the goal line and then finding it up high. Great shot there by Sweet. I didn't see it. Did it go in the back of the net?
It did not.
All right.
It did not look like it went in the back of the net.
I did not have a good. Oh, what a pass by Fredman. Fredman, Sweet, and 2.0 both have been out there for a long shift. Long shift. Here goes Fredman for a change. Uh-oh, Maston all alone. And again, that's summing up the opportunities right now that Sinkhole's had this period. They've had a couple of good chances where they've been one-on-one with Kenton and they're shooting wide. Not too sure. Maybe they're just holding the stick a little too tight. 2.0 getting a nice physical battle with Chris there. He's getting doubled right now. If 2.0 could just find an opportunity. He's got Sweet. Oh, he's trying to get it across. Kenton grabbing that up. Uh-oh, leaving Bill alone is not good. There it is, wide. Keller looking to go up the wall here. Bill's all over him. Brad over to Rob. Maston doing a gallop down the wall here. That literally looks like a gallop. And right here, that's all you got to do. Possess the puck. You're really kind of wearing down Sinkhole by not Bill could easily just force that up the way, taking a shot on Alex or backhand, but instead he's kind of pulled back, possess the puck. And now you got Sweet doing the same thing behind the net, looking for the play and just controlling. And here we got miss pass, and they still have possession. Shot by Sweet, and it's in the back of the net. We got a tie game, 5-5.
We're exactly halfway through the second period. Let's see if maybe the halfway point turns around for Sinkhole. They get back on the board.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, this period's going exactly kind of what we talked about in the intermission is if Firestorm can find a way to possess the puck and keep Sinkhole from doing anything productive, it's just going to wear down on the mentality, wear down on the shots. And I mean, right now, Sinkhole just had their first shot in I think the last 5 minutes almost. Firestorm really putting the pressure on, holding them down in the corner. And you got Bill and Kelly that were going at it here. Got Sweet behind the net with D'Angelo and Bill out there. And all the time in the world right now. He's got so much time to make a decision. Good battle by Bill to step up there on George. And again, keeping possession. Slowing the game down, keeping the game in their hands. Looking for something in the feet of Brian there. Brian's going to go up. Oh, he's not. And again, look, it's over and over again. Great. It's a great hockey mentality and a great hockey play. Watching Firestorm right now, taking the puck. Oh, great shot. Good save by Alex. Taking the puck and just bringing it back to their zone. That's three or four times in a row now. I watched Firestorm just with possession, bring it back, go behind the net, go behind the goal line, and just look for an outlet and kind of possess. I mean, that kind of play is going to wear down Sinkhole. Sinkhole can't find a way to stop that and keep in possession themselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you can't get a great shot on net and you can control it and take it back around, that means your opponent can't take a shot and they have to keep chasing.
And Sinkhole again just kind of taking whatever shots they can get, and now it's back in Firestorm possession here. D'Angelo running circles here. Got Sweet at the top. Great passing right now by Firestorm. On the wall, got no angle here. Oh, Brad Sweet with a great play on Brad. Back of the net. I don't know what's going on down there.
He's holding the puck in the corner there, waiting for a good opportunity. Classic Firestorm.
Almost looked like George kind of got like an elbow in the chin almost, and then couldn't tell if Sweet was also kind of hurt. Good battle on the wall there that I can't see. All I see is Brad sneaking down in the corner there. D'Angelo coming out with all the time in the world. Great save by Alex, and another save.
Oh, great pass from the rookie Jeff.
Jeff is lighting it up. I think that's his hat-trick goal right there. Great setup by Brad. Puts Sinkhole back on top, and it's just crazy. It's just like that. Even though I feel like Firestorm possessionally has just controlled this period, they're still losing 6-5.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't look at the score, it would look like Firestorm is absolutely dominating. Well, this period and of the game to an extent. I mean, they've had a lot more possession time, a lot better passing, a lot better opportunities. But it's a close game.
It's the kind of games we like. I mean, 6:30 game, I felt like it was a very close game, and then it seems like this game's turning out to be just kind of like that. Nice little nail biter down to the final minute. Love it. Oh, Chris getting the best of 2.0. Oh, just could not find the finish there. Bill down to Fridman. This line, honestly, has been stellar. I don't know how Bill's going off, but Bill 2.0 and Fridman has just been absolutely lights out tonight.
It's a perfect mixture of passing, defense, and vision.
Mm-hmm. And then it just gets better, and you swap out Bill for Sweet right now. Yeah, I mean, I honestly think these three as well have had at least two tonight. So good combinations out there, good matchups. It's just all the fact that 2.0 just has all the time behind the net to figure out where he wants to pass it, who's open, who's not open. There's too much time. Sinkhole's got to stop that.
I think they definitely touched on that on the podcast with your team, putting pressure on, playing that defense. I think this is another team that could, use another dose of little pressure, a little more defense, kind of trying to push the pace to get the puck back. They shoot really, really well, but you can't shoot if you don't have the puck.
Great defense by Jeff there with a block. 2.0 looking for Sweet. Oh, nice save by Alex. Brad possessing. Paul all over him. Goodman looking for 2.0 in front of the net. but he's got Sweet up high. Oh, not the pass he wanted. Oh. Also to note, I just remembered and realized Firestorm is down their bright light 6-round sneaky rookie Mark Stoll, who's not here tonight. I mean, that I feel like that's also kind of affecting the game a little bit. Mark is great at just kind of running that forecheck.
Absolutely. He was the big asterisk going into the draft. Nobody knew who he was or how he was going to play or what kind of player he was. And he's proven to be a very valuable aspect of this team, fitting in exactly with their chemistry, played great defense, great passing, and a lot of possession time.
Yeah, I noticed it. I noticed it week 1, his very first shift. He came out and saw this big guy, and I'm like, I wonder what this is going to be like matching up against him. And just immediately, I didn't even have the puck, and just on me like flies on shit. He just came flying out, covering the point, covering the puck, and just great lockdown defense. What a save by Alex there. That was a beautiful feed by Fredman to Bill, by the way. We can't not credit that, but that save by Alex just really knocked it out of the park. Maston with a block. Heard Alex all the way up here complimenting his defenseman. Bill looking for something. Tries to go on the side there.
Definitely seems like Sinkhole's starting to match up body to body a lot more now towards the end of the period. I don't know if they're just finally realizing they need to play a little bit more defense to get the puck back, or if it's just this particular lineup and matchup with the other lineup and matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta kind of keep your endurance, gotta keep your pace, and the way they're lining up a little bit, trying to play man to man, is definitely paying its dues right now. But Alex also right now is just the last minute and a half has just been absolutely stellar for this team. Really kind of holding it in and keeping that lead going for them. We got 6-5 with 10 seconds left in the second period. See if we can get a last second goal here. Kenton says no. Sweet with 5 seconds. Over to Bill. Bill tries to take a quick shot. We're not going to get another goal here. We end the second period 6-5. Sinkhole still in the lead. They only got 2 goals that period, I think. So I mean, maybe only 1. I'm trying to remember how that first period ended. But
yeah, because they were up 2 and now they're up 1. So
yeah, so I mean, Firestorm did exactly what they needed to do to battle back. But Sinkhole can't play defend, and they can't play defend the lead right now. They've got to. This is RFHL. We all know 1 goal is nothing.
Absolutely.
4 goals is nothing. So
10 goals is nothing. Some of the way some of the teams have played recently, yeah.
So I mean, I think right now, I mean, my opinion, Sinkhole's got to come out here and they've got to put on the aggression. They got to score a couple quick goals if they want this win. If they want the win, they got to get ahead by at least 2 more goals and quick goals. Wear Kenton down, get Kenton's head. If they can get that, if they can get Kenton loose, then they're riding the wave the way they need to be.
Absolutely, and I think this has been one of the best seasons I've ever seen Kenton have, and I think some of that attributes to they've been in low scoring games consistently. They haven't had to score high amounts and buckets to win. They've been doing that, but they've also played such great defense to keep goal count low. And I think Kenton plays really exceptionally well when the goal count's low and the shot count is low. So
yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, and that also reminds me that there was the score at the end of the first was 5, because I made a comment that 5 goals in the first period I feel like is uncommon for Kenton this season.
Absolutely.
So back to his normal period of only 1 goal that period. And I mean, I think he only took maybe 15 shots total. But I mean, that attributes to the way Firestorm plays that possessive game and wears down teams. And I'll be honest, those guys on Firestorm, they're not the type to get exhausted either.
No, I don't think anybody on this team, has the low battery by any stretch of the imagination. They all keep moving the entire way through, and they all fight all the way through. I think sometimes it's a mental fatigue too for teams. It's not just the physical aspect of slowing down towards the end of the game.
All right, well, we got Brad, Chris, and George out there for Sinkhole. going up against Bill 2.0 and Brian. All right, our third is underway. We're about almost 30 seconds in. 2.0. Oh my goodness! Do we call that tic-tac-toe?
Somebody flip it.
Somebody clip it. Somebody clip it. Go back and get it. What a beautiful play. 2.0 to D'Angelo to Bill Smith, the captain, burying the game time goal, and it's 6-6. And
in the other direction.
Brad just running right through.
It's not the story of these two teams. An absolute monstrosity of a scorer like that scoring one, and then the other end, a three-way pass for a goal.
Well, we thought we were gonna have a tie game there, but now we're up to 7-6. See how this plays out here. George looking for somebody down low. Chris taking possession off the freeze. Uh-oh, no way. That was just.
You can't leave Brad open on the side there even at that angle. He's dangerous.
I mean, you heard it in my voice as soon as I saw 2.0 almost kind of give up on that play, and Brad got possession behind him. It's just not what you want to do. That's not the guy you want to just give up a play on. We all kind of give up on the puck every once in a while, but that was one that you definitely don't want to. Great play by 2.0 to get it to Paul. Brad dangling around looking for something. Throwing a backhander.
What a pass to behind the net.
Got Paul down low. Looking for 2.0. Looking for another tic-tac-toe play to Brian. Oh, and he almost got it. 2.0 ripping a shot down there. Oh my God. And are we losing another legend tonight? Conco in the first and then 2.0 right now.
It must be a Ryan thing. I'm not so sure.
Oh, no.
We don't have any other Ryans in the league, right? You might want to stay out of this tonight.
Yeah, if you're a Ryan, don't come tonight. 2.0 just took a puck right to the eye.
Well, and that, folks, is why you got to wear protective eyewear, gloves, shin guards. Everybody wants to walk away at the end of the day, so think about your body when you're playing in the league. Anybody can get hurt.
Just got to stop the clock here. Can I go back a few? That was around like the 12-minute mark. Losing a lot of time on the clock there. Not too sure if they're going to go back.
And they might be just trying to run the clock after the late end to the first game.
Nobody's going to say nothing, then we're going to keep on moving. Hopefully 2.0 is okay. I hope you bounce back. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. I know that's a stinger, though. The good news is he got up, walked away. D'Angelo on the boards. Uh-oh. Breaking free. Keller staying right with him. It's playable. Keller with the puck. Fridman all over him. Better move it, Paul, because you got Keller coming right up. Fridman with a shot. Great save by Alex. Brad in the corner. Looking for Keller. Keller looking for an opportunity. Looking for something. Great feed to the front. Almost made it through. Bill Smith tossing in front of the net. Alex just gobbling it up. Brad with a rip. Keller tried to possess. Not happy with himself there.
Sometimes the buck just bounces away from you.
Oh,
Wow. So close.
Jeff is feeling himself right now. Fridman with a nice follow-up. Alex made the initial stop, but Fridman followed through. We got a 7-8 game right now. Firestorm's trying to burn their way back into this one.
That might be the spark they need to turn things around and get right back into this game.
We got 10 minutes left here. 5 minutes down. Let's see what Firestorm can do to possess this puck. There we go. Look at Rob kind of pushing that forecheck. That's exactly what they got to do. If Sinkhole really wants to kind of control this game, they've really got to continue to put that forecheck on. Stop allowing Firestorm to possess and look for their opportunities. Force them to make a bad shot, bad pass. Oh,
Bounce right over Alex's arm and into the net.
I don't know if Paul finished that or if Bill just got lucky with the bounces.
I think it had gone off him, but it didn't look like it touched him after Alex. I think it just hit and rolled right over.
Well, everyone, we got 9 minutes left in the third, and it's an 8-8 game. This is exactly what we wanted. Down to the wire game here.
Are we going to see another 10-10 overtime tonight?
I'm sure the 8:30, 9:30 people are just loving that.
Oh, 2-4-0 is back on the court, so it looks like he's all right now.
Good to see that. Sweet with a nice shot behind the wall. George trying to get loose here. I don't know if I've seen Brad come off this period yet. This might be one of those periods that Brad plays probably 80% of the period. Sweet possessing the puck. Got Bill up high. Masson says, no, thank you. Oh, Bill trying to smash it in there. Ouch. I hit the window. Sweet. Oh!
Oh, it almost a big wraparound into the net, but it misses to the side.
Oh my goodness. What a sneaky pass by Sweet to 2.0. Sweet with a signature kick out play on the stick. Kyle calling the play dead. Losing sight of the puck there. Gonna get a face off center here.
Not a bad decision when the puck stops moving like that. Just get back onto a face off.
In the corner. We got 7 minutes left. Just about 7 minutes left. 8-8 game here. 2.0 looking for a quick backhander. Oh, 2.0 with a great steal. Can he make something happen? Oh, that's a post.
A post.
He beat Alex, but he just got the post. This is a dangerous line. You got Sweet 2.0 and Bill. This is a veteran status scary line right here. Bill going in the corner. He's got two crashing. Alex, stop that from getting across. Brad looking to set up here. Rip. Oh! Almost popped the bottle. Almost broke the brand new sign. What a snipe by Brad. We got a 9-8 game for Sinkhole here. Not much Kenton can do about that, to be honest. Those shots are Brad. When Brad gets a good rip on that shot, you tell your defense, let me see Brad's shot. Let me see it. But that one was one of the higher shots. Oh, we got a 2-on-0. Oh, great lockdown by Paul and Ken just being in the way. Oh, Chris with a shot. Oh, that puck wasn't in his feet. He had a great opportunity there. Brad possessing it at the goal line. Paul with a block. Got D'Angelo going down, Sweet up high. Firestorm crashing. I'm watching Paul and Sweet without the puck just crashing the net. Equal opportunities. Great block there by Chris. Sweet, another block by Chris. Oh. Nice block by Brad. Sweet is doing everything he can to keep possession. We got 5 minutes left in this game. 9-8 Sinkhole. Chris is down. He's okay. Sweet possessing the puck down low right now. Brian with his shot. Oh, weird deflection. It's still loose. It's still loose. Oh.
And the whistle wasn't that. It looked like he thought he was covered.
Yeah. I feel like Kyle probably should have held his whistle on that one and let Haran take that, but early whistle. Oh, Keller with down low. Goes wide. D'Angelo looking for an opportunity here. Nice shot. Alex swallows it up. Great save by Alex. Ooh, tough battle there by Sweet and Brad. No call, though. No call. D'Angelo looking for an outlet here. Trying to find something. He's starting to get stuck in the corner here. Goes deep. Sweet. We got 3:40 left in the third period. Firestorm needs one right now. Great block by Jeff. Another great block by Jeff. Jeff said, I can score goals. I can block shots.
I could do it all.
I'm the highlight tonight.
I think that's been a big highlight. Other than Brad, you've seen two rookies here, both performing really excellent. Excellent. Keller's been playing stellar D, and Jeff's got all the shots in the right places.
Sure does. There we go. Down low. Paul with a shot. It's behind the net. D'Angelo with the backhand. Alex has got it. It looks loose. Alex has got the save. So looking for somebody who's got Maston crashing. Maston was not ready. We got down to 3 minutes left. 9-8 sinkhole. This is an exciting finish, ladies and gentlemen. D'Angelo rushing. Brad with a crash. D'Angelo with a snipe. Dude,
I think it was in. It looked into me.
That
it was in.
That looked in. It looked like it hit that corner and dropped straight
It looked
down.
like it dropped just inside the post.
I think there was an argument for a second there. Kyle delayed, but I think
Yep, it's not there. You wouldn't have to go tie game.
9-9. D'Angelo with a wonderful snipe. That's something that D'Angelo is dangerous with. I noticed that my first year playing with him when I was goalie on his team, and I just lots of times from that outside.
He just gets better and better as the game goes on.
2.0 trying to sneak a shot. Firestorm's got that finisher line out right now. They got 2.0, Bill and Sweet. This is the line they want to finish the game for sure. If they want to put any pressure on, get that go-ahead goal. Is Brad looking for another controversial last-second shot of the game? Deflected by Bill. It's going to be blue puck. Minute 50 left in the game. 9-9. God, I love these close games.
Well, we've had a lot of them this year. This has been a good set of games for the last couple weeks.
Sweet with a beautiful block on Brad. Sweet's got Bill up high. George with
almost turned around to go.
Almost 90 seconds left here. Bill with some good battle with George there. Sweet chasing the puck down with Brad. 2.0 on the wall. Oh, just missed the pass. Lots of running right now for Firestorm. Crashing and circling, crashing and circling. Sinkhole's just got to stay composed. Hold down those crashes. Don't let anybody sneak behind them. 2.0 Sweet looking for something to pass to. He's got 2.0 up high. 2.0 just taking a quick shot. Brad going down the wall. We're down to our final minute of the third period here. Brad doing what Brad does. Puck handling, dangling. Oh, good play by Sweet. Keller with a shot. Oh, save by Kenton. 50 seconds left. 2.0 throws it to the corner. Bill in the corner. Behind the net to 2.0. The net's a little wonky right now. Hopefully they can get that fixed. 2.0 looking. He's got his back to everybody. Brad coming in to sneak. Still loose. Bill can't possess. Brad's got possession. This is not who you want possessing the puck with 30 seconds left in the game. Keep that puck away from Brad. And here he comes. 2.0 crashing in on him. Sweet to the puck. Brad chasing down Sweet. Chris going to the corner. Kyle's fixing the net there. Chris up the wall. Sweet with a shot. Oh, it's behind the net. It's on the net.
13 seconds to go. Still tie game.
Blue puck. 10 seconds to go. Brad with the puck. 9 seconds. Another snipe. 2 weeks in a row in the final 10 seconds. Oh my goodness. What a shot. What a snipe.
Timeout, Firestorm. 6 seconds to go, down by 1.
This is tough. This is really tough. Firestorm is definitely in a situation of what do we do? What do we do here? Do we pull Kenton? Do we push the face off? I mean, I know it's a double-edged sword pulling a goalie, and in the RFHL, it almost seems pointless to pull the goalie.
Especially with a rink so small and shooters so dangerous as someone like Brad or anybody on the blue team.
But you got 6 seconds left. What do you
have to do
what
something.
do you have to lose? You know what I mean? Like if you don't go and you just try and play the possession game with just 3 people out there, I mean, I feel like
all it takes is one to the corner and it's game over. I mean,
the double-edged sword is tough here, but I think the smartest play is to take Kenton out.
I agree.
I think you double up on the line, put someone right behind the face-off dot, and just get ready. They're gonna all Sinkhole wants to do is they don't even really need to win the face-off. They just want to knock it deep. That's all they need to do here.
I guess the real question is, do you have Kenton start off and start with 4, or do you have him pull with 3 seconds to go to try to get that quick?
I say you take him now. You got 6 seconds. Take him now. Win that face off. Put it on net. Brian's looking up here like, you guys seeing this? Seeing this? Yeah, we see it, Brian. What are you guys gonna do? What's the play here? Because if that puck gets deep, you're in trouble. I swear though, if we see a 10-10 overtime game right now, I'm gonna be ecstatic. It's gonna be insane to see somebody score it now with 6 seconds left, especially since Alex.
That's what we're doing. I mean, Firestorm has pulled off some really crazy goals so far.
They're pulling Kenton. Smart. I mean, I feel like that's the only option you have right now. You don't have any other options. You're not gonna. Oh, they're putting 9 seconds on the clock.
Oh,
that kind of changes things a little bit, but not really because you don't have very many options.
If you add back those 22 seconds they took away from the clock running with the 2 point, you might have enough time to score here.
There we go. Puck is dropping. 2.0 with the win. Paul putting it on net. It's loose. Oh, 2.0. He can't get it. Oh. And that's going to be the game. What a battle.
Finish there.
Sinkhole coming out on top 10-9 with another last-second goal by Brad this week. Fantastic game by both teams. Firestorm, you put in the effort. You really did. I mean, better luck next week. Hopefully, you guys. I'm interested to see how they bounce now because now it's 2 losses back to back. When this team was undefeated 2 weeks ago, they were the team to beat. And now they've lost 2 straight.
Absolutely, 1 loss is the monkey off the shoulder. 2 losses is the pressure off fully. So let's see how they perform next week when they come back.
Yeah, I mean. It seems like they tried to take that bulletin material from Bob, and I mean Bob said that Firestorm's playing at their peak right now. So if this is their peak, are other teams gonna find a way to get over that peak and move forward? I don't know.
Only time will tell.
Sinkhole's on a roll though, so watch out. Sinkhole's running. Great game by both teams, but that's gonna be it for the 7:30 game. We got the 8:30 game coming up here. We got Meteor Mayhem and Storm Surge coming up. Not too sure who's broadcasting that game, but this is good. Noobs, thanks for doing it with me. I appreciate it. And no spoilers, but I think we're gonna be doing a podcast together this week. So look out for that next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow. Thank you, Peter, for running this stream for us. Thanks for anybody watching. 8:30 games coming up here in about 2 minutes. Have a good night, everyone.
I think so. Is this what it's supposed to look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on the scorebook?
No,
I'll try.
I was gonna say I can be, but Sweet should probably unplug while I'm doing that. No, Sweet tried to show me how to do it, and I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. So, okay. All right, RFHL, I'm going to start talking here. I'm not even sure if my mic's hooked up. Right as I start talking, Bill Smith enters.
Right for the left goal. Nice spot.
I'm a late arrival, Alex, but I'm here. I'm live with you. How are you down there? I'm not sure my color person down there can hear me. Paul, turn, Ritter, in front. Stop down there by Brandon.
Bill, I have switched headphones. Can you hear me?
I can now. Can you hear me?
I can, perfectly clear.
This is a professional broadcast, folks, right here. No, oh, Brett with a sprawling save. Paul, the Gretzky of the league, comes free. Brandon doesn't see it under his glove, but we'll make a stop. Hey, everybody. Bill and Alex here. Minutes ago, we were adversaries. Now we are your duo calling this one.
A very wet, sweaty, stinky duo.
It's a good thing we're about 80 feet and 2 stories apart.
Yeah.
In front of you, Meteor Mayhem in black, Storm Surge in green. We got a close one early, 2 minutes in. No score here, game 3. A little delay tonight. We'll get into perhaps why that is. But your 8:30 game starting here at a little after 9. Tom Venero missed last week, sends it wide for Foes. Foes tries to send it through, kicked away by rookie Mike Hurry. Mike along the wall. Back. Here's Paul. Paul will send one off the wall. Chatterton trying to lean a block into an outlet pass there. It does come down low. Alex, as we continue to check live, is my audio okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine. I'm gonna let you go for a little bit so I can catch my breath.
Let's hope that the public at large can hear us too. As a block, I hope that goes in the stat sheet. Another block. One for Chatterton, one for Venero, and a shot. Tom Venero lights the lamp to start this one.
And an absolutely amazing play he had. I don't know if you caught it. It was right below you on that wall, which is advantageous that I'm down here below you where I can see. But a huge play on the wall there. He stole the puck right away from, didn't catch who it was, but sniped the top corner on Brett. That was an awesome play.
So Tom Venero gets on the board first. He gets his 9th on the season. Puck is down behind Brett, behind the net. That was deceptive on that comment right there. But Tom Venero's 9th, 1-0 Storm Surge. Storm Surge comes into this one 0-4 There is a great deal of parity in this league. This is not a team that you look at roster-wise, performance-wise, the last bunch of weeks and say this is an 0-4 team. So this is a team that is due. And Meteor Mayhem, this is a team that has scored and scored and scored. They lead the league and go second in league in goals coming into this week, I should say. Led the league in goal differential, though.
You would never think a team with John Foss on it would be the eighth team in the league, but if you look at, especially I want to say their last 2 weeks now, they don't really look like an eighth place team. They're losing games by very small margins.
I think, and I mean it when I say, we draft these teams year to year. There's always parity. I think this year there's an awful lot of balance, top to bottom, as far as top to bottom of the standings. And a rich shot, nice shot from Bob. Bob spinning from center court, saved down there by Brandon. Down low for Helen, almost hands went in. Cody coming through, Cody a little bit of room. Rich shot down low, Bob can't finish, and Paul, does he score?
Paul with a disgusting backhand on that. Those are those backhands where you're just confused as to how they get up so perfectly in that corner there.
So not an unusual statement in this league, but Paul's league-leading goal. And here in Game 5, that is his 25th on the season.
And Paul with a huge clear out right there. I believe it was Ellen had a yawning net, and Paul cleared it right out for Brett.
So Brandon with a stop down here.
With the obligational windmill.
Well, I mean, come on, that's.
It's in our contract. We have to have one a game.
I do believe the goalies are obligated for a little bit of performance art every week. Cody backhand to the front, can't get it to Bob. Nice disruption down there. Dan Thiesing got a hold of one. Now puck over the net. Thiesing into the corner, working against Bob. For those watching at home, it is 1-1 currently. Your scorebug may not quite be going. That is something that your affable Bill Smith play-by-play guy is working on.
And my phone is currently frozen on my AirPod screen, so I am locked in where I am.
2-1 your score. Alex, while I'm fighting with the scorebug, I missed the goal. Was it Paul?
I believe it was Paul. I missed exactly who it was because there were a lot of bodies down at that bottom right area, but I believe it was Paul. Snuck it in on Brandon. I know it went 5-0 on him.
So 2-1. Meteor may have a goal from one-time MVP John Foes. I didn't say one time. That is one of our snipers right there.
And John's shots are so weird because it's almost like he has a magnet on the floor to hold that puck down as flat as possible. You almost want to play up as a goalie because you think the shot's going to rise. It does not leave the floor. Huge save by Brandon as I'm talking. No other huge save by Brandon as I'm talking.
Brandon, a pair of big saves on Mike Curry down low. It's rare in this gym with this space that anybody gets 2 looks from down low by himself. Brandon up to the task. Paul will. Oh, Chatterton pulls it away from Paul, then sends it to the net. Stick save down there from Brett.
Chatterton has probably, I want to say, 7 or 8 blocks now in the first, not even 10 minutes of this game.
Coming off the wall, under my point of view, I'm kind of in the dark right here. Here's Venero, who's going to go behind the net. Dave King giving chase. Curry kicks it free. Stick handle through mid-court. Rich shot goes wide up on the scoreboard. Scoreboard that currently reads 2-2.
Oh, and a near miss by Jesse Trader right there. He just kissed the top of that crossbar right past Brett's head.
So Dave Foes sends it down. We got Foes against Foes. We've seen a lot of Foes and Foes the last couple of seasons. peer opponents tonight. Rich shot from Cody doesn't get through. Block from John Chatterton, which I hope the Swift Dash will recognize. Jesse turns. Gloves in the other one now. Big save by Brandon down low, and a rebound goes. Dave King buries it.
Huge play by Dave there. Didn't give up on the play. Saw the rebound pop out after Brandon hit Brandon in the ankles there, and just tenacious on that.
Dave King picks up his 5th of the season.
Another block shot by Chatterton.
Venero coming free up the right wing. Pressured by Dave Foes. Foes gets the puck, just kind of sends it away. Chatterton, long wrist shot, doesn't get through, but Venero's down there. He buries it, score.
Kind of the same goal we just saw. I believe that last one was Dave King had, and Tom gets a very similar one, bounced right off of Brett's ankles. A lot of garbage goals in this game, but that's kind of what this game is going to be, I bet.
So Tom nets his 2nd, his 10th of the year, and we got a top ball game here, folks. Buckle up. 5 to play here in the first period. 3-3 your score. Chatterton, interception, mid-court. Back check by Dave Foes, taken away. Off turn, sends one to the net. Spirited
Awesome
away
play by
Brandon.
Awesome play by Foes to get back on that one. Huge play.
The subtlest of wishes from
Oh,
what a stop. Brett didn't see where it was, but that puck was low, so we got a whistle.
yeah, quick whistle by Rob Maston there. It just squeezed underneath Brett's armpit and just squeaked out right at the last second. As a goalie, I love a whistle like that.
Behind the net, Tom Venero, couple of goals tonight. Tries it back went out of the bomb, makes a nice play, and it bounces off a foot. That would have been a goal to Paul. Behind the net, Cody sends one. Does get it down low. Gets through a stick. Paul, back in. Saved by Brandon.
Huge save by Brandon right there on the blocker. The way to lift that blocker up.
Puck loose. Jesse, captain of this squad, spins around, working against Bob. Seen Jesse with this move this season. I was beaten by that move this season. Off the right wing wall to the net.
Jesse with a few expletives on the way back to the bench. He's upsetting us that
And
way.
a score. I don't know if that was tipped by Bob down low or is that Paul.
Clean shot by Paul right all the way through. That's just one of those where you have no idea. Paul's shot, if anything, knuckles so hard as a goalie that you barely ever know how to play it. So you just do your best to track it, but more often than not, it's going to go right by your knees, just like it just did on Brandon.
Here's Paul. Long save by Brandon. And a second chance from Alex. Save by Brett. Brett sprawling save. Shot. Doesn't get all the way through from Paul. That was a rifle. And this one will get stopped by Brett down low. And Thiesing with a long shot. Oh, puck is still.
It's a great stop by Brandon. Way to be aware on that one. That could have been another awful bouncer right off the back, and was able to sit right on it.
Ellen in the corner tries to send one free. Oh, the red line in traditional ice hockey. For us, it's kind of a non-line. Foes turns, Bennett scores.
And again, just keeps it buried on that floor. It's so hard to stop those pucks because it just stays so perfectly flat on the ground every time. He's almost like an Ovechkin. You know what he's going to do every time. It just still finds a way to get in there. It's frustrating.
There was a little bit of that conversation in the previous matchup with your rookie Jeff. We knew the move. We predicted the move. We couldn't stop the move.
Some guys just have the mojo.
Foes down low. Under a minute to play here. Tied up in this one. 4-4 your score here. The Storm Surge and Meteor Mayhem. Foes tries to go wide. Intercepted by Paul. This is a dangerous situation if you're Brandon. Foes behind the net with 30 seconds to play. Foes turns. Bounces one off of Mike. Here's Dave King behind the net. Tries to send it down low. Does get it on Paul's stick. Paul fires it wide. Mike gets it up high to Dave King. Dave King sends it down. And another little minor flourish from Brandon. 6 seconds to play. Foes looking maybe for the last shot of the period. Rifles one, hits the wall. Paul might get a chance at the last shot of the period, and he sends it wide, and there it ends. And your score at the end of one period of play, 4-4. Alex, some solid goaltending, but I mean, I'm looking at the scoreboard here. Paul with 2, maybe 3. Don't have word on that last one. And there's John Foes on there a couple times. The hired guns are gunning.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of knew that's what this game was going to be. I mean, I know we're only in the first period, a lot of hockey left, but kind of figured this game was going to be just one of those fights where they don't even grab each other's collars. They just trade right hooks back and forth until one guy drops. That's kind of what I'm equating this game to. I really think this game is just going to be a series of, shot and a goal, shot and a goal, shot and a goal, shot and a save, shot and a save. So it's just going to kind of be last man standing here. I think this game's going to come down to who plays harder in the third period. But like I said, a lot of hockey left. Who knows?
So the end of 4-4 your score. Storm Surge down there in the green. They will be going top to bottom on your screen this period. Black, the Meteor Mayhem. And now, fans at home, a little bit of a, this is a luxury. The scoreboard works. So your scoreboard online is accurate. 4-4 your score here.
There you go. Bill, I am going to go dark I'm going to go dark for just a second so I can try to fix this piece of garbage phone.
I'll miss you, guy, but we'll be. You know where to find me. Second period about to get underway. That is that. And Jesse, what a stop! Cody for Dave Foes. Here comes Foes down the court. Backhand to the net. Brandon, I'm not sure saw it. Zaniro off the left wing, left-handed shot off that wall. Brett Stick sends that out of play. This is going to be a dream possession.
And I'll actually correct you on that one because I know Brett will be pissed about it. That was a glove save by Brett that sent that one wide. So that was a nice little glove save.
I apologize. You got to give credit to the glove save. That's the pretty save. Tom Venero sends it wide. Jesse tries to get it down low. Out in front, can't find Thiesing. Bob turning, left-hand shot, sends it to the net, doesn't get it in. Tom Venero sends it wide. Dan Thiesing now, down low, working behind the net. Cody gives a little bit of space. Cody drops a little low. Bob a little bit of space. Can't quite find the handle, though. They didn't get all that wrist. Tom sends one down low. Out in front, right to Cody. Saved by Brandon. I like that stick tipping that away. That's good play movement there.
Yeah, Cody had one or two of those where he just kind of laid the stick down and just poked it right out. And it's a really effective play, actually.
To the net, bounced behind Brandon. He had his back turned. Watched it kind of go off the wall. Jesse's going to move to his backhand. One back save. Cody quickly sends one down. Bob responds off the wall. Starts to send it back in. I think that went off of Tom. How a floating puck. I heard the call from below. Where's the windmill? Bob, space in front. Bob, lots of time. Saved by Brandon. Right back the other way in a zap of a laser beam from Tom De Niro. And Alex, if I may be so bold, boom goes the dynamite.
You were the first one to get it. Congratulations.
We've been waiting on that one. Tom finishes the hat trick and puts the storm surge up. High 4, storm surge ahead here. Tipped out of the air with a high stick, no call down there. Cody off the wall. To the net, off a foot. Foes, wrister into Brett's chest protector. He holds on. Paul's gonna fire down. Doesn't get there. Cody backhand almost finds Pater. Behind the net, Dave King tries to put it back and just tips up. A long outlet pass. This zinged over the net by Paul.
And I'm starting to notice Meteor is kind of, they've all adopted the Paul Paradigm model here, where they're kind of just taking the puck right to that 3-point arc, and they're just letting it go on a long bomb. I almost wish somebody would kind of take it in a little bit deeper, because that's how they were beating Brandon in the first period.
Brandon and Brett trade saves here. I also think, and I know off the freeze it's easier said than done, I also think that Storm Surge right now is giving right there. They're giving Paul a lot of room to send it from really far away. Maybe push that pressure a little bit, take away those passes. Easy for me to say from up here watching through some glass. Cody with a head of steam. Loses the handle. Here's Foes coming back. Foes almost tripped down there by Cody. Cross the rink pass doesn't connect. Backhand from Foes, saved by Brett. Paul's gonna wind up. Zing one. Saved down there by Brandon. John Chatterton knocks one out of the air, sends it away, changes for Green. Paul, Ritter, doesn't find Pater. Cody looking in front of the net, can't find Mike. There's just a little bit of space to Paul. That is not Paul, that is Foes, but Foes hits away.
Almost thought that went in. That was a little deceptive. Hit the back of the net so fast I thought it was a goal.
Dave Foes. Way down low, gets it to Mike. Mike tries to pass it back into his own zone. Does end up connecting with Paul, who retreats. Paul lifts one into the offensive zone. Brandon will just cover up and reset. Foes off the wall, working against Mike. Gets it wide to Chatterton. Chatterton off. Can't get it there. Jesse working against Mike in the corner. Still with the puck, still battling, still with possession. Jesse, a lot of time here, finds Foes. Foes is going to back up. Puts it down low once again for Jesse. Very patient play here from both teams. Now,
Two nice little takeaways. I don't know if you would have seen them. They were right beneath you, but from rookie Mike and John Chatterton both traded nice little pokes and takeaways there. Big defensive plays.
And a backhand from Foes. Brandon sees it, gets a piece of it. Ooh, weird sort of tip on a deflection there. Sorry, I'm switching to my Manitoba accent. Mike turns, fires, tips away. I think Venero got a piece of that. Sent to Brett. Pad save. Goalies trading saves in this second period. 8.5 to play, a 1-goal game. And that's your windshield wiper thirst there.
If you were ever going to have a game, if you were ever going to have a game where two goalies love to do that, this is the game. This is the game to tune in for.
If you appreciate your goalie personality when you're just seeing play, then yes. Let's go. Mike's going to work behind his net. Sends it to Bob. Rookie Mike Curry, rookie to this league, but very familiar with his teammates. Played with Bob at a lot of other places. Here's Cody working against Dan. Cody back behind his own net. Wrist shot over the net, and now it's just on top of the net.
And believe it or not, as a goalie, that's huge luck because you can get burned pretty easily by getting hit in the back on that one. That wall is a killer this season.
That could have bounced off his back. That could have bounced down to the floor and hit his foot. You're right. Screwiness could happen. Puck is very much out of my view in front of you. Here's Dan from behind the nets. Paul down on a knee blocking. Paul's going to wind up. Oh, he's going to put down left for Bob. I kind of love that move. You kind of saw the C's parts. Everyone was expecting the Paul block or the Paul shot. They were going for the block. He had a lot of room to send that pass down low. Desing to the net, bounces one. Tom Venero, a couple of goals in this one. Hat trick in this one, I believe. I have that correct. He does. Here's Bob. Bob tries to... That puck was below Brandon, and as he sprawled out, he ended up on top of it.
Huge save by Brandon. Way to stay in that one.
Tom's wrist shot doesn't get through. Now here's a sight you don't like seeing. Paul with some space at midcourt. Tom does a real nice job of playing defense there. John Foes. Zings one. Shot from Paul. Oh, that was not Paul. That was Tom, and what a save. This is Paul. And this gets tipped in by Bob.
Clip that entire play. That was an absolutely game-changing save by Brett with the glove right there, and then sends it all the way down. And then Bob just gets the tip, just like it was drawn up that way. I mean, that was a perfect play right there.
That was really well done. So 5-5 your score. Just a pair of goals so far in this second period. Real nice battle. Bob picked up his 11th of the season. I think we have a... Oh, Allen with a deflection!
To the point that you made last week. To the point that you made last week, Ellen is just always in the right spot. It's almost like she's due for the sickest goal you've ever seen every game.
Turns into one right there, got her feet moving, and just as you just said, she was in the right spot. Here's Chatterton now retreating, pressured by Cody. Under 5 minutes to play here, 5-5 your score in the second period. Puck near center. Paul looking to find some space. Now gets over to his stick. Turns into one, doesn't quite get a hold of it. Now Tom takes it away. Tom risks it. Nice save by Brett.
Great save. Hit all that paddle on that one.
Dave King now behind the net. Looking for some space. Finds Paul. Shot, score.
And that's what I meant right there. I mean, you had, for most of this period, you had Meteor Mayhem. Every single guy almost was just trying to take those long bombs. And for the longest time, we weren't seeing any goals. And then you see both goals that have come. You've seen Bob and now Paul get up there a little bit closer to Brandon, get some nice tips in there. And that's how they're going to get their goals.
So we now play in a 6-5 to Meteor Mayhem here.
Close hit the post on that last shot right there.
Mike down low. A little bit of pressure from Jesse. Gets to send it up to the wall to Cody. Cody gets it down low. Heading into the corner, Ellen with him. Cody spins away from some contact. Behind the net now. Mike's down low. Dave Foes floating off to the right wing. There's the pass at Foes. Shot doesn't get through. Ellen tries to clear it out of there. Jesse tips one away. 6-5 your score here in favor of the Meteor Mayhem. Down beneath my position. Cody tried to center it to Foes. It's still down there. Brandon's outlet couldn't get it out either. Now puck comes loose. Foes. Rister. Off a foot. Off another Foes. That's a Foes off a Foes. You gotta know we can do that. Jesse down low. Foes. Rister.
That puck got stuck right in front of me, so that'll be a stoppage and green puck.
That whistle, I had no idea what was happening. Thank you for confirming. Oh, 2.5 saved by Brett. Ellen down low. Second chance doesn't go. Ellen once again knocking on the doorstep. Oh, with one. Brandon with a bad save. We've had a sequence in the last 30 or 40 seconds. Full shot, full shot, full shot, full shot. Pass doesn't connect. Bob off the left wing. Bob sends it down low. Mike tries to turn a wheel one toward the net. Feasting, Rister off the stage wall. Here's Foes down low. Working at about a minute and a half here left in the second period. Foes quick turn, fires and scores.
That one just squeaked through Brett's 5-hole. Those are the. I mean, both lets go with those so quickly. You just don't have any time to react. You just gotta hope you're sitting in the right spot.
The Foes completes the hat trick, picks up his 18th of the season. I just get one. And a 6-6 ball game at the minute mark in the second period. In fairness, that isn't really a ball. Oh, Brett there, no flourish. Calm, cool, collected, this guy. Oh, the other side.
This game is a cartoon. This game is a cartoon.
That's the exchange you and I were talking about before, when you're talking about these two goals. Half a minute to play here. Dan behind his net. Behind the opposing net, I should say. Out to the shot and a kick save by Brett. Puck is underneath my position. I hear some sticks. I hear some feet. I hear all kinds of things. I see Paul come away with the puck. Foes. Stick handles through. Gets it to his forehand. He's got Dan in front. Finds Dan. Kick, collect. Paul now tries to finish. What a save. 2 seconds. That shot would have counted if it wasn't 15 or 16 feet off the target. But, you know, they tried. But, guys,
huge flurry from Brett at the end there. That's classic Brett. Once he hits about 6 goals let in, it's he'll stop with the glove flourishes. He'll stop with the joking around, and now it's all business, Brett. And he had a real strong kick save there to I think when we hit about the 15-second mark, and then he just had a few at the end there. And this will be an interesting third period. I think we're looking at Brett's going to play some pretty lockdown goaltending here.
That was a real nice second period. I mean, 2-2, real even. They came into that period tied as well. So, I mean, this game has been played about as level as you could play a game here. And this is on the heels of the first game of the night going to overtime. Our game was decided in the last 6 seconds of the third period. And then here we are going into the third, 6-6. This has been the word I used a couple times at the open of this, parity. That's kind of the definition of parity right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we alluded to it in the podcast this week, or at least I know I said it. This is, on paper, this was the most exciting week so far. And I think it's definitely lived up to the expectation.
Tipsy Talking Twisters got the win in the opener tonight in overtime. Shout out, and we hope Conco is all right out there. And
Yeah, it
then
sucks to see such a big guy in the league go down like that. All prayers and love to Conco. Hope he's all right.
if anyone in this wacky group we have is capable of coming back from something that'll take a week or a month, a year, whatever he needs, he will do it. It will come back better because that's how he's built. Second game of the night saw the Firestorm Hockey Club lose one to the team that I represent. On the other side of that, a nice game from their goalie, my counterpart tonight, Alex. The single Sidewinders took it to us tonight, and Brad scores with 6 seconds to play, and that was that.
Yeah, Brad seems to have a knack for scoring goals with single digits on the clock. I'm not upset about it.
2 big saves by Brandon. Long sort of rifle shot from Paul, because Mike was down low.
And Brandon's gonna have to be big this period because I can already kind of tell with the feeling down here. Close is gonna try to just crash that net and almost cherry pick, if you will. Brandon's gonna have to stand tall because I don't think he's gonna have as strong of a point defense in front of him all night.
Jesse's long shot got to Brett, and then the second chance got stopped. Another save by Brandon. So far, there it is. Solid goaltending from both fellas here in the first minute of this third period. There is not an angle or a situation anywhere in this gym that Paul can't find a way to shoot.
Yeah, agreed. It's very rare that Paul ever misses. If anything, it's just he'll hit you right in the kneecap and make you hurt, so that the second time he shoots it somehow will squeak in. But yeah, even on that little backhand he just had, that was actually a really nice save by Brandon, and kind of an underrated save on that post there. If he's not hugging that post, that's an easy goal.
On an off angle, he's coming off the right wing. Speaking of Paul, comes in save by Brandon.
And that's exactly what I mean.
Clapping or whatever.
Brandon's going to have to keep doing that, and that's unfortunate, but he is up to the task so far. Brandon looks awesome right now.
Ellen sends one, finds those back, doesn't get it on net. Ellen's going to step up on Paul again. The shot goes wide. Foes center forward, backhand sends Breck careening into the net, but doesn't go.
And that went off the post for Foes. That was a way closer shot than I think the camera would have dictated.
This is a real good goaltending battle. If we've not done that,
and there you go. We were saying it all game, just like you were saying it all last week. Ellen's just always in the right place, and Ellen's due for a really nice, almost game-changing goal every week. She waits until a perfect time to score.
Ellen picks up her 3rd of the season. She had a goal last week in a game that I was fortunate enough to call. That was a fun one.
A little bit of a questionable play from Dave King there. Dave King trying to play the puck with his hand there. Not really sure what was going on that.
Cody from behind the net tries to wrap around Ellen there on a nice back check. Good defensive play.
And Ellen with a huge play right in front of me underneath you. Ellen took care of that one right out of Cody's hands.
Paul had a look with a little bit of space. Here's another save by Brandon, who covers. There's Tom. Tom's going to throw a wrister and a kick save by Brett. Back and forth, fun one here. Outlet pass doesn't connect. So Paul does end up with the puck. Paul turns, sends one, doesn't get through.
Big block shot by, I'm not quite sure who that one hit, actually.
John, lot of space. Patterson gets one to the net. Paul's going to rifle one. This hits something and ends up hitting the net in front of the spectators. John Chatterton comes away from the right wing. Sends one to Brett, who's got it near his armpit. He gets that whistle. Paul rifles one, hits the wall. Cody looking to turn against Dan. Does send when this finds its way through. Paddle save from Brandon. Off angle shot from under my position. That looked to be Tom. Chatterton in the corner.
I think
Find an
Storm
outlet.
Surge needs to start trying off the. I mean, they need to use Brandon's great goaltending here as an advantage. They need to use those freezes and pick their heads up before they get rid of the puck. It seems to be a lot of one and dones, a lot of sending it into Brett's chest or armpit, if you will, but not really picking their heads up on those shots.
Paul from behind the net. Gets one into Brandon's feet. Brandon once again up to the task. Under 10 to play here in a 1-goal game. Brett onto the task on a long shot. Paul's going to try to fire that through a couple of guys. Gets a foot on. Ends up with it. Loses the handle on the wrist shot. These things sends it wide. Tom chips one down low. Foes in the corner. Shot finds its way to Brandon from Cody. He covers up. Puck comes along the wall, finds Bob down in the offensive corner. Tries to get it out of that spot. Puck then gets its way onto Foes. Stick in front for Jesse in front for Foes. Backhand goes over the net. Pair of real good setup there.
And I like it. Those are the ones that I'll always tell my team, hey, keep that up. Eventually, one of them's got to squeak in there.
This puck slides laterally across in front of Brandon. Paul looks to collect. He's got Foes working against him down here. Paul, wrister, long wrister into the glove. Not really a flourish. And now, is there going to be a penalty for this one?
So I don't know if there's going to be a penalty. I think we're going to have a ref discussion. Jesse Trito took exception to Bob kind of trying to smack the puck out at the end there and gave him a little stick lift, which unfortunately hit teammate Tom right in the back of the head. So
Tom's shot gets to Brett, who makes a pad save. Paul behind his net. Paul's going to wind up and fire. Mike digs in on a forecheck. Working against Jesse. Gets it to Bob. Bob on a one-timer. Doesn't connect. Paul working against Foes. Paul turns and fires. Mike gets a hold of one in a battle with Jesse down low. Jesse sends it wide for Tom. Tom off the wall. Richter saved by Brett. Foes fronts. Tom. Richter saved by Brett.
big save by.
Score down there. I think that got thrown in by Mike.
I don't even know because, like I said earlier, Paul's shots are so weird and they'll bend and they'll break and they'll do all sorts of things. I don't know that it hit anybody on the way because a tip shot and a regular shot look exactly the same. So,
and answer from Foes right back. So Foes picks up his 19th and 4th of the game. Quickly answers back, and Storm Surge go back ahead 8-7. Saved by Brandon. Storm Surge working with a lead here. Under 7 to play. They lead 8-7. From in front. No shot really in there. Brett was there. Tom off the wall. Save, rebound into Foes' stick. Brett with a nice sequence. Shot gets through. Adams had Brett still loose. Foes turns and fires.
and again, like I said, that this is lockdown Brett right here. Brett doesn't want to let anything go. As I'm talking, he catches one right in the mask.
What a save. Backhand by Tom and a kick save by Brett. This is outstanding stuff right here, everybody. Anybody watching here, I hope you're as entertained as we are. Paul's going to turn and fire. This one sort of trickled. Brandon saw it. Here's Foes, a little bit of space. Scores!
And you hit the nail on the head right there. Foes with a little bit of space. He's going to score 99% of the time if that's the case. Cannot give Foes time.
So Foes nets his 5th. He's got 5 of those 9. And Storm Surge now, as the clock ticks down close to 5 minutes to play with a 2-goal lead here in the 3rd. Here's Paul looking to come free. Dan Thiessen takes it. Doesn't get there. Nice back-checking effort from Dan. Ellen fires one in down low, keeping the pressure in the offensive end is Storm Surge. As I say that, Paul comes free. Paul working against Dan. Dan trying to let him turn. Trying not to let him turn, I should say. Puck is well out of my sight right here. That's the fun part of this broadcast. Here's Cody. Cody, mid-court, off the net. Tater net has to be clear.
You know, I'm kind of starting to notice maybe a little bit of breakdown in communication on the part of Meteor Mayhem. A lot of guys bunching up, trying to do the same thing. Brett making huge saves, keeping them in it.
Ellen and Thiesing right here. This is a dynamite forechecking shift right here. They are pushing the action, keeping the pressure on. Cody right here, no answer for Ellen. Down low, Paul doesn't connect. Here's Paul looking to turn, looking to get his team within a goal, perhaps. Chatterton not giving room, but he does get a shot. Paul does. Long wrist shot. Brett sees that away. Dave King off the wall. Into some space. He tries to send one through. This gets tipped. Chatterton behind his net. Paul's going to pressure. Chatterton. Weird bounce off the wall. Paul's going to turn. Paul's got the space. Saved by Brandon. Backhand by Paul. Saved by Brandon. Wow.
Huge save by Brandon right there. Remember that if Storm Surge wins this game.
What a sequence. What a save by Brett. Brett's feeling that one. That goes off
Yeah,
his mask.
That one hit Brett right in the right eyeball. I know what those feel like, and they don't feel great, especially off Chatterton's stick.
So this is going to be a green puck. Clock is ticking down close to 3 minutes. Chatterton to the net. Close turns. Just hits a foot. Chatterton fires one, saved by Brett. Dave King, outlet. Doesn't connect. Now does get on Paul's stick. Here's Paul. Center court. Bouncing puck, Chatterton. Paul forechecking. Now Foes at the other end. Looks in front, now goes behind, goes Jesse. Foes still working against Cody. Crosses it. Chatterton with a lot of time. Fires one, doesn't hit the net. 2.5 to play. 9-7 Storm Surge lead Meteor Mayhem. Goes behind the net, moving, working, stick handling. It's low, maintains. Gets it to Tom. Tom shot, tips up, goes over the net. Jesse keeps it along the wall. Cody's going to fire a wide pass for Bob. Turns, doesn't get it to the net. Cody with Foes working against him. All down low. Bob sneaking in as well. Ball comes down into the corner where Tom Venero tries to send it off the wall, but it goes to Cody. Cody turns. He'll fire one into the far corner from his position. Venero, opposite side. He's going to just wrist one out of there. Kill a couple seconds as Foes takes his time. Foes working against Cody. No rush. Deep pass down into the defensive end to Tom. He will wing one up for Foes. Right now, Storm Surge very content to play a long game of catch and kill clock. Bob pushing the issue. Shot to Brett. Cody sends one down low. Minute 15 to play. Cross-ice pass. Cross-court pass. There it is. Can't quite find. Get out of there. Mike turns. Sends one toward the net. Brandon doesn't see it, but it goes next to the net. Tom's going to clear it out of there. One goal here in a 2-goal game. Brandon sprawling cover thing. I don't know what he did there, but puck's still alive. Foes sends one long at the wall. Venero. Let's just can't find piecing in front. Easting sends it down behind the net. 40 seconds to play. Mike's going to try to collect it here. His team working from 2 goals down. Foes is going to bury into his own corner. Working against Bob. Now working against Bob and Paul. Turns and fires. Saved by Brett. Tom down low. Down. Buries it. And that 3-goal lead here.
And absolutely nothing that Brett could have done on that play. Tom was completely alone in front of him down there, and with the tenacity that Storm Surge was just trying to finish this game out with, there's nothing that goalie's going to be able to do against that. You had pretty much all of Meteor Mayhem down at this end of the court trying to just squeak one in, but props to Brandon. He's playing out of his mind. I had to go and say it.
A long shot puts us at 10-8, 15 seconds to play. Storm Surge holds the lead. Venero's going to send it down behind his net, bounce it off the wall for Thiesing. Clock ticking away. We're at 5 seconds. Paul's going to turn. Paul's going to try to find an angle here, but now a nice forecheck. Puck off of his stick. And there it is. Storm Surge off the schneid. They get the first win on the campaign for their season. Venero, Foes. Venero, Foes. Venero, Foes. Ellen. Foes, Venero. There's your score sheet for Green, and those 10 goals get it done. They win this one 10-8.
Yeah, and as anticipated, just a game where I really didn't think Storm Surge was going to sit back and take another loss easily. And, all the props in the world to Meteor Mayhem. I don't know that they did anything inherently wrong that game. It just seemed like they couldn't match how hard Storm Surge wanted to win one. And, you run into Brandon playing probably his best game of the season. And it was just a recipe for a shorter gap in goals, but I don't think anybody was going to stop Storm Surge on that one.
Not to be lost in the analysis. 10-8 your final. Both goalies played really, really well. Brett goes down as the loser in that one, but he played great. Brandon, like you just said, played his best game of the season. That was a fun one to call there, Alex.
Yeah, I agree. Glad we were on that one.
I would much rather be on a broadcast with you than shooting pucks at you like an hour ago. So I'll bury that one. We'll bury that hatchet there, fella. And nice game.
Yeah, glad I could ruin your night for a little bit and then be your buddy the next.
Ruins the night and then helps make it a night. Thanks, guy. There's another game coming everybody's way, but for Alex and I, we will need to say, is it Wednesday yet?
Welcome to 9:30 RFHL After Dark. Shane is with me. Shane, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me all right?
Getting audio for you, but I think you said that you could hear me.
How about now? Can you hear me? Test,
You know,
test.
user error on my side. User error on my side. I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you. Sorry about those
Awesome.
technical difficulties, and we're starting a little bit late tonight. Starting a little late due to an injury in the 6:30 game. Our thoughts are with Ryan Conco. We're hoping the best for him. But we have had 3 great games leading up until this 4th game tonight. Shane, what have you seen so far tonight?
I've honestly caught up there at the same time I saw you. Things from what I hear have been pretty good. A couple exciting games, 1 OT, and a couple 1-2 goals. So I mean, teams have been playing well. This season's one of the more evenly matched, if I'm not mistaken. So really excited to see this matchup tonight.
Yeah, I am too. La Tremblement are taking on the Fukushima face-off, and here we are with the face-off. La Tremblement, the purple, I may start referring to them as, controls the puck early on. Mike is fighting for it. Verlano is really giving a hard time there. Some back and forth early. Dan with the first shot on net.
Okay.
You've got Sidor in the corner, turns it over to Dan. Dan sends it back to one of the rookies. Both rookies are out there with Dan to start the game. We got Matt Verlano, and I can't quite get who's the third player out there for Fukushima?
I believe that's John Blotzer.
John Blotzer. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm mixing up the rookies' names. I'm not sure which one is Sean and which one is Shane.
Sean is the one in the hat. And so backwards hat is Sean, and then Shane R is the one with the multicolored sneakers.
All right, thank you. So Shane putting some defense on Sean with the puck. Good thing I cleared that up because they both just made a play. Shane with the block.
He's the other Shane R in this league.
The other Shaner. Dan passes over to Sean. Sean with the slap shot, little high, but not high enough, or not too high. So I think he's dialing that in. I know he's had some issues with that earlier on in the season. Although I think that was Sweet giving him a warning on the stick.
Sounded like it. He was very authoritative.
As Sweet tends to be. Red is in a defensive position right here. Sean with the shot and the first goal of the game, backhand. Didn't see it coming, it looks like.
No, in right 5-hole. It was a little traffic in front and it snuck right through.
We have both starting goalies tonight. I can't really tell with all their gear on.
It looks like Kazmarek and I believe that's Mark. Yes, it does.
All right. So we got Mark and Kazmarek in net. 2 teams that are relatively close in the standings, if I remember correctly. I believe Purple is 2-2 with 8 or 4 points rather, and Red is 3-2. I'm sorry, 2 I'm looking at old stats. Red is 3-1 rather. We got Dan Gladden with the puck.
Two evenly matched teams. Oh, nice save.
And not that they mean anything at all, but in my power rankings, these were the teams number 3 and 5. But I have quickly discovered tonight with the matchups that have already gone down that I know nothing about anything because all 3 of my predictions were wrong.
Were you on the
Dan with the backhand attempt.
Oh.
Gladden sneak that in there?
He did. It looked like he did. I had a nice view of Sweet right in front of me, so I didn't see the actual how it went through, but I definitely saw everyone was happy, so it looked like Dan scored.
I don't know how that went.
All
yeah,
right.
even Sweet, if you heard Sweet, he didn't know how it went in either.
Yeah, I heard that. Dr. K with the slap shot. Fukushima is down 2-0 right now. High stick called. 2-0 with 11 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the first period. John with the puck. He tries the slap shot. A lot of slap shots early on in this game.
I mean,
You'll have to help me on
matchup,
this.
and given the matchup, it looked like that on paper it seemed like a lot of slap shots were going to be taken today.
Yeah, we got Ramsey with the puck here. He loves the pass. He's going to look for a good pass here. Kurt's moving back and forth. Kurt was going to receive the pass, but went right past him. Little miscommunication there on red as two guys go toward the puck. Kurt is now going in the opposite corner. Ramsey's back calling for it. Dan Gladden gives chase. Ramsey dumps it deep back down to Kurt. Kurt got Dr. K in the paint, but Glenn is playing some strong defense there. And he gets the turnover, puts it on net, but a soft shot and an easy save for Kazmark. Dr. K brings it over. Shot. Kurt's patented slap shot there. Goes off of Mark.
Looked like a knuckle puck.
Yeah, we saw a knuckle puck score in the third game. Ramsey trying to get a quick rebound goal, but Mark gobbles it up. John with a little bit of a move there, but turns it over to Dr. K. Dr. K's got two on him, gets the shot off anyway, puts it on down, and it's right behind Mark, but good defense by the rookie. Push and surge the other way, but Kazmark fights it off. Little scrum for the puck here. Rookie Shane there tries to control it. You got Glenn, and I still feel insecure about calling him Shane, but I'm pretty sure that's his name. Shane gives chase and puts it on net and scores. Sidor with a long shot, gets it past Mark. 2-1 now, still in the favor of La Tremblemont. What have you seen early on in this game with 9 minutes to play in the first?
I'm pretty impressed. I mean, we always knew that the Tremblemont was going to have quite a bit of speed, but the pressure they've been putting on has been pretty resilient. I mean, that was a long shot that was just kind of happened to get in the back of the net, but they've been putting a ton of pressure, and Fukushima has not really turned up the offense yet, which is surprising.
Yeah, in the podcast, I was talking about the offense coming from Fukushima and where it's going to come after Furlano. You know, I know they're a 3-1 team, but you know the scoring isn't as well balanced as you might expect from a team like this. You've got Mike Furlano with 12 goals on the season, but then the next closest is John Ramsey,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
I think my guess would have been Sidor would have been the one that would have been number 2. So I'm glad that was correct.
Well, you know what? I'm actually looking at the stats here, and I was sorting by points, not goals. So Ramsey's next closest with 9 points, but 3 goals. You are correct. Sidor has 4 goals, 7 points, and so does John Blocker. He also has 4 goals. But I was actually expecting to see Dr. K a little higher up there, and he's only got 3 goals so far in the season.
Well, I'm surprised. I mean, in the league this year with the bigger gym, like playing back on defense, like that makes sense from a Dr. K perspective. What I'm not used to seeing is Sidor. Sidor's been playing a lot in front of Kazmark and actually playing deep. And I mean, the years I played with him, he's always pushed the pace up front. So seeing him playing a defensive role is a little different.
As you say that, he breaks up a play on defense, and he is the only one with the goal so far tonight for Fukushima. He pushes it up on offense, gets a shot on net. The Sidor is doing it all early on in the first period.
Well, it seems like they're turning up the pace a little bit this second half of the period.
Kirk takes the puck from Dan there, although it looks like there's a little bit of physicality on that play. John, with a quality opportunity, still going, still loose puck. Had a couple of chances there, but Mark played big in net there, cut off the angles. Good goaltending there by Mark, but there were some quality chances there for. Is he a rookie? Is John a rookie this season?
Who is that? Shane or Petrie?
John Blosser?
No, Blosser is not. He's played a couple seasons. I think the only rookie I think on the court right now is Sean Petrie.
All right. And speaking of, Sean is banging bodies with Furlano. Here's an initiation into the RFHL for Sean, trying to play defense on the bowl, Mike Furlano. Furlano passes it up to John.
nice
John
save.
shoots it. Quality glove save there by Mark. Oh, quick turnover by the rookie. And
Whoa.
John makes him pay.
On command, John Blotzer.
We now have a tie game, 2-2, 6 minutes left in the first period.
That was an uncharacteristic sloppiness in front of Mark in the last two plays.
Yeah, that was a really kind of surprising turnover because it wasn't even close. A little bit of defense here by Glenn. Looking for Ramsey behind the net. Gets it to him. Dr. K cutting. Nobody back on red. That might be an issue if they go the other way, and they do. Good recovery, good back check by Ramsey there. Sean trying to get into Glenn at the middle. Actually, he chooses to get it to Dan at the point, but turnover there. Dr. K pounces on it, tries to make a move. Had John in the paint if he saw him there for a quick shot. Sean tries a backhand right in front of Kazmark. Puck goes down the other way. Gladden gets it back up to Sean. Sean does not see Glenn on the other side, but Kurt was there for defense. Puts a shot wide. Gets back to Sean. Sean back to Glenn. Sean calls for a sub. We've got Dan and Glenn out there for purple right now with the sub coming. Looks like John is on the court for purple off the sub. Gets it to Glenn. Glenn with the shot high in the air. Comes back down. Dr. K and John fighting for that. That's a matchup to watch for. There might be some physicality there. Keep an eye on that one on the boards. I can't quite see it.
Oh, for sure. And it looks like Fukushima is really starting to settle in right now. Starting to make some great plays offensively, moving the puck up, being a little more competent in the defensive zone. So this is going to turn into a really good game today.
Red with a shot there. Oh, there's a first penalty call.
Oh, am I going to get a guest? Oh, I got a guest.
Sounds like Kurt's going to the penalty box. It sounded like the call was a slash, but you heard it probably better than I did. What was the call?
It was definitely a slash. We're getting the play-by-play on what happened. Let me see if I can get Kurt to tell us what he saw from his end.
It was a lash more than a slash.
It was a lash.
It didn't have everything on it. Didn't have the S. Just the lash.
Yeah. It was. The S was left for soft.
Yeah, all right. Kurt says if I want to slash you, I'll show you a slash.
For sure.
Either way, purple is on the power play.
And this is very familiar territory for Kurt and I being in the penalty box together.
First time this season.
But together, him and I are usually in the penalty box quite a bit.
Steve fights off a shot there from John.
I haven't had a chance to check it out yet this season. It's a good view of the game. Not a good view of the class, but
We got Dan.
I know. Just don't get
John.
done.
Ramsey's at the point calling. Oh, another shot on net there. Purple's put a bunch of shots on net already this power play. John's at the point, but Dan with a close shot, low angle, Kurt's out of the box. Missed opportunity for purple there.
And Kurt's back out on the floor.
Ramsey gets it to Kurt. Kurt with the shot. Puck is still live. Fish and Chips advances. The rookie sees it. John was calling for the cross. Kurt couldn't make it happen. He crosses again, but behind John again. Kurt's not getting into position. John with a good pass there, but Fish and Chips was ready for it. Dr. K with the shot. Again, Kurt, and Dr. K to Kurt. Kurt with the score. Nothing Mark can do about that one.
That was a great play, great pass. Kurt nailed it on the doorstep.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to play in the first period, 3-2 in favor of Fukushima. Furlano is on the court. with Dr. K and Cyro. This is a strong line for Fukushima. Dan tries to get it to one of his rookies. You got Dan, the two rookies are out again, Sean and Sane. This is a line I see quite often, actually, Dan and Sean and Sane. I've seen it for the last 2 weeks now.
I mean, it's quite speedy that way. And then Shane Resinger has really done a great job this season, really like stepping up his game in the offensive zone. And he's been playing lights out. I mean, he's definitely he's going to be in the conversation for outplay your draft position, I think, this year. So this is a fun little line for them to try to face off against Fukushima.
Where did he go in the draft? Do you remember?
I want to say he was fourth or fifth, I think, round pick.
Dan goes glove side. It looked like there was you had a better angle on it than I did, but not up the score 3-3.
He did. Yes, it looked glove side, top left in glove.
41 seconds to play in the first period. We've got Dan and Glenn and John out on the court for purple. We've got Mike, Matt, and Dr. K on the court for red to finish out the first period. Matt sends it deep. Dr. K with it. Tries the wraparound. Couldn't get it through. Mark closes the door. Relationships with the shot. A little bit of a scrum here again. I'm going to watch the physicality between John and Dr. K there. That's something to watch.
That was way out.
And that's the end of the first period. 3-3 tie score. You know, whose game are we playing right now? I mean, I know it's a tie score, but do you have a feel for who's really has the advantage so far in the game?
I mean, it's been going back and forth. I mean, it looked like Les Tremblements came out of a cannon. I mean, they were pushing the pace and things were looking great. And then all of a sudden they literally hit a brick wall. I mean, Fukushima has some of the bigger bodies in our league, so it was a physical brick wall. And then they started punching them in the mouth and fought right back. And then at the end, it looked like everyone was trading blows. So, I mean, it's going to be a heavyweight fight tonight.
Yeah, looking at the score, 3-3, I can't tell whose game this is favoring because Les Tremblements are going to want to keep it a low-scoring game. And if we keep it this pace, it'll be 9-9 at the end of the third. And I don't see Les Tremblements scoring a lot of double-digit games. So I think they're going to want to look to lock down the defense, trust Mark in net for goaltending, and try to maybe slow down the pace a little bit here in favor of purple. In favor of red, I think they're going to want to keep that frenetic energy up. I think they're going to want to keep pushing. They're going to want to keep, the scrappiness up, and they're going to want to get to that double-digit mark.
And I mean, if you look at the makeup of Fukushima, I mean, they're gonna want to play in the mud, right? They're going to make things dirty. They're going to muck things up, and I think they're quite comfortable in that role. So we'll see how Les Tremblements can kind of fight back from that, because it's a little bit different than the speed and the style they're used to playing.
Start the second period. We've got Dan, John, and Glenn out there for purple, and we've got John, Kurt, and Matt out there for red. Veteran lineups for both teams so far in the second. Steve and Mark look ready to go. Steve shaking it off a little bit. Mark looks locked in. Brett's ready to drop the puck. And we're off. John tries a quick between the legs, turns it over to Dan. Dan gets the shot that gets blocked by Matt. Matt sends it forward. Kurt goes for it. Glenn gets possession into the corner, but Kurt regains possession. Kurt comes up on the forehand, loses it, and gets on net, but Steve makes the save. A little bit of that energy that we were talking about early on. Matt sends it off the goalie face mask, it looks like.
Yep.
John sends it deep. Matt gets possession. Matt's looking at his options. Sends it deep. Ramsey. Ramsey's got it. Matt's cutting. And the painful
right up the crossbar.
Good chance there. Net gets dislodged. Looks like it's a stoppage of play for the net that got dislodged there.
That was a heck of a crash by Sidor right there, and he got a good piece of it and went right off the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, quality pass from Ramsey. Saw him there. I don't think they're scoring the goal there.
No, I think they're just calling a face-off since it got dislodged after it hit the crossbar, and then everything just got crazy.
That's things tend to do in RFHL.
Nope.
Matt sends it off of the goalie. Was the first shot from Matt in, or was John's rebound in?
Well, both worked out, but I think the first one was definitely in. It was in and out. It was a low shot.
It looked like Mark never saw it.
Yeah. I'll get the official ruling. That was Sidor's shot. Yeah, Sidor's initial shot. Yep.
I just didn't have
Kurt with the slap shot. Oh, hits Dan in the face. Dan calls for a quick sub. Stop play. That goal did not count from John. The ref stopped play because Dan took a Kurt slap shot right off the.
Yes, right in the face. He looks okay. He looks all right. I think it was off his goggles.
It's probably more jarring and alarming than anything.
Yeah, it looks like he told Sweet that he was looking okay, but he ran right off. It looked scary, but I think he got lucky right off the goggles.
Hit his goggles.
Yeah.
We have a strict 1 injury per night rule here at our RFHL, so that he would be violating one of those rules if he went down.
I'll remind Sweet that we're down to the one. It's a 1 injury rule per night. Is what they were saying.
Well, that's what I said. He's like, I'm okay. I'm like, yeah.
All right. Solano gives chase here. John dumps it into the corner. Another shot off the face, but Kurt's wearing a face mask. John's behind the net, calling for it, gets it, sends it up to the rookie. Oh, who whiffs on it. Great pass, great opportunity. Could not capitalize. Meanwhile, Furlano takes it himself, tries to get a shot on net, sends it over to John. A lot of body there, a lot of body between Fish and Furlano. No whistle, though. Play is still live, and Mark covered. I know Kirk got the first penalty, but I don't think we're going to get away without having a second penalty. What's your prediction for the second penalty?
Hold on,
As you try to avoid getting hit in the face.
Got the tower buzzed.
Wait for the whistle.
Sorry, what was the question again? I was ducking out of the way.
Fine. The question was going to be who gets the second penalty tonight, because I'm sure there's going to be a second one. But now the question is going to be who's going to take the next puck off the face, because you almost took one off the face there.
I mean, for the next, it starts. Tempers are starting to flare a little bit. You can see right in front of the net. Both are pushing and shoving. So I think it's going to be whoever the retaliation is going to be is probably going to get called.
There's some back and forth here. A lot of right in front for Lana with the opportunity. Nothing Mark can do about that. Backhand to forehand, puts it in. And Red is up 5-3 now with 11:15 to play in the second.
That was a beautiful, beautiful play.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if Purple is built on defense and goaltending, you can't leave Furlano wide open in the paint. I know it was a turnover, but you cannot leave him wide open in the paint.
No, there's not many times when he misses that opportunity.
All right, Dan with the puck sends it up to either Sean or Shane, one of the S's. Gets it to the other one. Turnover. Ramsey sends it up to Furlano. Furlano's looking for it for the pass. He gets it over to Ramsey. They're deep. They're all deep right now. Here comes the push the other way. 3-on-1. Shot on net. Goes wide. Ramsey gets control. Sends it back up. Dan with time. Gets it back over to one of the rookies. He looks. He shoots. He gets blocked by Dr. K. Dumps it into the corner. Dan gets chased. Good spacing right now for Purple. Good rotation. Good spacing. Errant pass goes off Ramsey. Dan's on Ramsey right now. And Furlano with the run. Dr. K with him. Looks like the shot went off the backboard, maybe out of play.
Yeah, it got deflected up and then it hit off the backboard, so it should be red.
Somebody's got clear Dr. K out of the paint there. Solano with the puck, looking at his options. Decides to take it himself. Goes down, gets back up. Red is deep right now. Red keeps doing this where they rotate down and they get 3 guys deep and no guys back on defense for the turnover. So something to watch. Dr. K,
Well,
a
I mean,
little bit of an
the one thing I think they've been happy about is like Asmark's been playing lights out at least the last couple seasons in the league. So I think they feel real comfortable with him behind them. So I think it's just that's part of it is
great pass, great shot.
Big pass. They're starting to hit gear right now.
Yeah, 6-3, and Purple can't keep up in a track meet, I don't think. So Purple's really got to kind of try to slow this game down.
No, you're right, and I think when you're asking about who's going to take the penalty next, I mean that's something to watch is probably in front of Mark. I think all the pressure is coming on with Red, and they're just putting up big bodies right in front of the goalie. So I think that's probably where it's going to come next.
Red sends it forward to John. John, as always, has his head up, looking for options. Dan forces the turnover, gets a shot off. Kazmark fights it off. Fights off the rebound from John. The other John, Ramsey, sends it forward to Matt. Matt tries to get it to Kurt. Errant pass. Dan comes down deep. Ramsey's on him. Cutter by the other Dan. Not a lot of options for Hook right now.
Well, it doesn't look like anyone's really cutting for them.
No.
I mean, Leclerc Mons does not look like they're playing spaced out, but they're not really moving. And on the flip side, whenever Fukushima comes down, they're moving like crazy, and Le Tremblay Mons is just not covering that backdoor cutter, and that's why we've seen the last 2 goals have been the backdoor cutter, right in front of Mark.
Yeah, great point. Kurt with the backhand slap shot. Ramsey corrals it. Dan Gladden giving chase. Turnover there. Purple trying to capitalize. Glenn's got it. Dan's in the paint, but Ramsey played good defense and did not let that pass get through. Matt's not looking to Ramsey. Another errant pass there on Fukushima. They're like you said, they're moving well. They're getting to good spots, but not all of those passes are finding their marks.
No, not at all.
Cutter here for Purple. Great play, great pass, but better defense by John. Blotzer. Too many Johns, too many Dans. Glenn sends it forward. Ramsey in the corner. Shot goes wide. Very back and forth here. This is playing directly into Red's hands. This is the way Red wants to play. And as I say, there's a turnover, saved by Steve, rebound, another shot. Ramsey gets it. Some pressure here being applied by Purple. Mark makes an easy save and gives possession to John G. Turnover that John Blotzer tries to put on net. And Mark freezes. Got a battle here in the corner.
It just looks, if you're looking at Le Tremblay, they don't seem like they're moving. They're just trying to get like one big shot and hope that hits the back of the net. It just doesn't seem like their offense is very uninspired right now.
I think they need the line of Dan and the 2 rookies out there again. Although, as I say that, Glenn moves into the good position, open spot. He's moving his feet quite well. Find the open man to John. Oh, John just sends it wide there, but he had a good quality opportunity there with Kazmark putting on it.
Oh, Glenn on the doorstep gets denied.
No, Steve played really well there. Got the leg pad out in front. Glenn couldn't lift it up enough to get it over that leg pad. It was a little too tight.
Whoops, that's a high stick.
There's a high stick call. So we'll get a full line change on Purple. While Red has to wait for the whistle here, so it gives Purple a little bit of time to recover. Good save by Mark. And rebound is given up. Sends it deep. Dr. K with the puck. Dan Hook on him. Dan Hook's giving him a little bit of space, and it pays off for him as he gets the block, he gets the shot, but then Dr. K repays him with a block of his own. Kurt and Dan, good friends here, battling for it. And they might not seem like good friends right now as they play pretty physical with each other into the corner. Furlano and Dan. Dan gets it out of Furlano's stick, but it stays with Red's possession. Dr. K sends it back up to Furlano. Furlano gets it to Kurt. Kurt tries to get a shot, but Dan clears it. Again, stays Red possession, though. Purple can't catch a break here and get possession.
But it just looks like Fukushima is like beating them to every puck right now. Every loose puck at 50-50.
Great shot.
And just as I talk about it, they score. So,
yeah, this is with the movement you were talking about. It was a 2-on-none there, or 2-on-1. You know, Dan finds his rookie, buries it, makes the smart play with the pass. And just like that, it's a 2-goal game. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the second period.
And hopefully that's a nice little spark. Hopefully that's a nice little spark for them, because, I mean, they needed that.
Yeah, they did. Dan tries a backhand. It goes off of Steve's shoulder. A lot of chatter down there. I can't hear them. What are you hearing down there?
It just looks like there's a lot of. They were trying to get the guy up in front. I mean, you got Dr. K down low.
Call your goal. Stop. Don't forget stop. Good. Now he's dead.
Ramsey sends it up. It gets turned over. 2-on-1 again. Shot from the rookie goes wide. Furlano's going the other way. Dr. K's wide open at the top of the point. Dan Gladding tries to get it going. Dan Hook gives chase on Dr. K or Furlano. Dr. K takes a shot. Furlano gets it. The rebound comes all the way out to midcourt. Puts a shot on net or just wide. Dan Gladding tries his luck. Goes a little wide. Gladding again, getting possession here. Dr. K forces a turnover, gets a shot, goes wide as well.
I think the one thing I'm noticing,
the
one thing I'm noticing right now is that if you're looking at the floor, I mean, typically the makeup of the Tremblant Mops is they're typically speed and they play discipline. Right now, it just looks like Fukushima is flying everywhere, like right there on command, just scoring. They're beating them to every loose puck. They're swarming everybody that has the puck. I mean, it's just they've completely flipped their game plan on their head.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And Purple is looking for answers here. They win the face-off. Matt catches it, throws it down, and Purple sends it deep. But, gets a great pass. Couldn't capitalize. But another opportunity up here in front. Gets a shot. Goes off of Steve. Slother sends it forward. It would have been a hand pass there. John G has the puck here.
That's going to be a big problem for the Tremblant Mops if they can't lift the puck. I mean, look at Kazmark. He plays butterfly. He stays low. I mean, those low shots are not getting by him. You got to go high over Kazmark's pass.
Ramsey with a no-look pass, but it goes to Glenn. Glenn has someone in front here. Matt forces the turnover. John G with the puck. We got a little John-on-John action here. Matt and Glenn. John and John again. A lot of flying stick there. He's got to control that stick.
What a play.
Ramsey
Nice save.
Great save. John Blotzer to John Ramsey to Matt Sidor. Matt sends it wide. Ramsey back to Matt. Off the leg pad. 2 seconds left on the clock. And that will do it for the second period. 7-4 Fukushima faceoff. So you gave your analysis early on about what's going on and what's going in Fukushima's favor. What does Le Tremblement need to do to turn it around in the third?
I mean, for them, I mean, they gotta start cutting. I mean, their offense looks uninspired. They're just kind of standing around. They spread it out, which is great, but they're allowing the big bodies of Fukushima just to stand in position and get in their way. So they got to do some backdoor cuts. They got to start cycling a little bit to move it around. And then they also just have to step up the hustle. I mean, they're getting beat to every loose puck, and that's not going to be a good recipe for success.
Right now, one of the rookies is talking to Sweet. Not sure what they're talking about. I don't know if it's the physicality, if it's rule clarification, or what's going on there. But a little bit of a conference right there in front of the camera. Mark is looking like he's searching for answers right now. But this is Mark has played a great game.
Let me see if I can get a quick little interview with Steve. So, how you doing, Steve? We got Steve talking to us real quickly. So, Steve, what do you see in front of you guys? What do you need to do to try to get back into this game?
Well, we're winning, so I don't think we have to do anything to get into the game.
That would make sense.
But to continue on our trajectory, I think we need to not turn the puck over in a neutral zone. I think I loved everything my team did in front of me that period up until the last 3 minutes with the neutral zone turnovers leading to the one goal they had on us.
And you guys have looked great. I mean, keep moving the puck around, beating them to every puck, kind of flipping their whole game plan on their head. So more power to you guys. So hopefully keep that going. So good luck to you this period.
Thank you.
Well.
Thank you for the interview with Steve Kazmark. And as I'm looking at the score, 7-4 Fukushima face-off, they won that second period 4-1. It was 3-3 in the first period, and now it's 7-4 after the second period. So, 4 goals to 1 goal in the second, really just dominated that period.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was an ass kicking for sure.
And as we get ready for the third period here, we've got Furlano and Kurt and Dr. K on Fukushima face-off. We've got Dan, Glenn, and John G for Le Tremblements. So we'll see how we get going in the third. The puck drops. Steve makes potentially a save there, depending on how the stat keeper is feeling. And Dr. K sends it off of Mark. Kurt with the puck, tries to wrap around.
Oh, nice save.
The other way, out on that. Nice save by Kazmark. Ladding playing some defense here. Puck goes up toward the corner. Furlano tries a backhand pass. Good cutter by Dr. K there. Got tied up with Glenn. Furlano's still fighting with the puck here. Furlano and John G going at it. Dr. K with a shot. That puck is covered. And Dr. K was still chipping at it.
Hey, leave it when he's got it. When the goalie's got it, please.
Sweet sounds like he's giving some instructions there to remind him not to keep swatting at the puck after it's covered.
That is correct. That is correct.
Gets it to Dr. K. Dr. K loses possession. Kurt maintains possession, though. Sends it up to Furlano. Furlano sees a cutting Kurt, decides to try to get it to him, dumps it into the corner. Kurt's looking behind the net, maybe to Dr. K. So puts it on net, and Mark covers. Done with a quick shot. John, playing a little different here. Now John's playing up as opposed to playing back on defense. John G, that is.
I think it looks like they're trying to maybe flip the script a little bit. I think they're trying to maybe get some big bodies in front and hope that'll distract, but doesn't look like it's working too well.
And while we were talking about that, Dr. K sends it to Furlano. Furlano scores. And there was a little bit of a collision over there on the wall. It looked like John G went towards Dr. K, and I think Dr. K just straight up boxed him out.
Yeah, it didn't look. I mean, it was kind of right in front of me. It did not look very egregious at all. I mean, he may have bumped him a little bit, and that might be what John is talking to Sweet about. But it honestly was. It looked a lot worse than it really was.
I'm not trying to speak this into existence, but I am concerned about another penalty here with the way both of these teams are playing right now. But on the plus side, we've got Dan.
Something's brewing. Something's definitely brewing for sure.
On the plus side, we've got 2 A lines out there: Dan and the 2 rookies, Ramsey Furlano and Dr. K on red. So I expect to see some high quality hockey here. Red wins the face-off, sends it back to Dr. K. Dr. K thinks about the shot, sends it up to Ramsey. Ramsey gets it to Furlano. Furlano with a couple of shots on net. Mark stands tall, shuts the door, and says, no, thank you to Mr. Canadian. The borders are closed. Ramsey gets it over to Dr. K. Dr. K back up to Furlano. Red still possessing the puck. Back to Ramsey. Dr. K is not quite moving. Now he does move, and he gets rewarded for it. He sends it to the other side of the net, tries to get it in front, but Dan blocks the pass. Dr. K gets it to Ramsey, but Ramsey whiffs on the shot. But Ramsey keeps possession. Still time of possession in favor of Red, but Purple gets the turnover. They need to capitalize on that. That's Purple's game, but Furlano goes the other way, loses control of it, can't get a shot off. Ramsey back to Dr. K. Dr. K back up to Ramsey. Furlano's in front of the net, but having some good defense played on him. Furlano back up to Ramsey. Give and go back to Furlano, but can't control it. Speaking of can't control it, Purple had a chance there, but could not control it. Good block. Another good block. Oh! Puts a shot on his own net there, but Mark fights it off.
Yeah, that was almost an own goal.
Blotzer with the shot. Puck goes deep. John Blotzer with the puck. Sends it back to Kurt. We got Kurt, Sidor, and Blotzer now on the court. And still Dan and the two rookies have not done a line change yet. 11 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the third period, 8-4 game. Sidor gets a shot on net. Mark fights it off. Had a chance to get it up to... Oh! Just snuck over Steve there, but went wide. Another low shot.
I mean, it was good. It was nice. It was nice to have a little bit of offense by the Trembling Monts on that one, though. I mean, they're showing a little bit of life, which is, I guess, it's helping.
And just like that, Blotzer sends up to Sidor. Sidor picks a corner. Sidor picks a corner, and boom goes the dynamite. 9-4. 10 minutes and 23 seconds, and this game is starting to feel a little out of hand.
I think every time I give Les Trembling Monts a compliment, something like that happens again.
Try giving Fukushima Faceoff a compliment. Maybe it'll work the other way. We've got Kurt and John G with the battle right now. Mark covers it up. Dan Hook starts running with it. Takes a shot. It goes low off of Steve. Another shot goes high off of Steve after a stick bounced up. Fights it off. Purple still with possession here. We got something going here. Hook behind the net. Gets it. Oh, had a good look there, but couldn't get it to the stick side. Hook sends it back to John G. John G with a long shot. Gets blocked. Dan tried to jump the pass there, but there was good communication, and Kurt did not pass it. Kurt goes off. Oh, we're trying to Michigan. This is just getting ridiculous. John G sends it into the corner. Shane with a shot. Back of the net. Frozen puck. It'll go to Red.
Wait for the whistle.
Dan Gladden comes out on the floor. As Dan Hook takes a breather. Ramsey with the puck sends it up to Matt. The passing of Matt Sider's game, I think, is a little underrated. He's really passing it quite well here tonight.
No, and he's been playing he usually plays offense. Like when I said I played with him before, but he's been playing sitting really, really comfortable in that defensive zone and really kind of quarterbacking this team right now.
Shane with the shot. I think it was Shane.
Yeah, it looked like Shane.
John G with the puck. Shane is posting up in the paint here, but Matt is right in front of him. Shane gets it anyway from behind the net. Matt forces a turnover. Matt sends a long stretch pass to Ramsey. Ramsey gets it in the corner. Matt with the give and go attempt Oh, great save there by Mark. Dr. K put it right in his armpit. Sean G passes it forward to Glenn, or the attempt was there. Doesn't convert. And now Furlano has the puck. I'd be watching his forehand if I were Glenn, and I think Furlano saw that. Speaking of, puts a great shot on net there, but Mark stands tall. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the third.
And if you're just watching this game, just watching the video, looking at red, they're just moving around a lot at a much different pace than purple. Purple is just staying flat-footed. They're just trying to survive at this time, and it's kind of tough to watch this period because they're just kind of getting owned.
Good defense there on John. John sends it, dumps it into the corner. Furlano wins the race to the corner. Furlano sends it rather to Ramsey. John tries to get it up to Glenn, but Dr. K plays some strong defense. John G gets it anyway. Glenn now with the long shot. Feels a little bit like Purple's just trying to throw anything at the net right now, and I can't blame him because you put some shots on net, good things tend to happen.
Well, sometimes you just need one to spark that comeback. So yeah, it might as well try to get one lucky one and see if that'll work.
Dan Gladding with the turnover.
Oh, great follow.
Dr. K gets his own rebound. In basketball, you shoot a 3-point shot and you got to follow your shot. That's what Dr. K just did. He shot a 3-point shot, followed his shot, got the rebound, put it home. 10-4.
Well, he followed the shot from his own end. Like nobody crashed, nobody moved to try to get in his way. That was all hustle.
Solano battling right now. Tries to go alone. Gets the puck back. Tries to pass it to Ramsey. Ramsey gets control. Sends it back up to Furlano. Furlano with the attempt at a poke check there. Ramsey with possession. Furlano's calling for it. Gets it to him almost, but Sean forces a turnover, but gets back to Furlano. Furlano goes backhand, but you got to watch his forehand. Oh! Goes wide.
I think his own player tripped him on him, too.
Dr. K gets it forward to Furlano. Furlano's dribbling, gets it back to Dr. K, but good defense from Shane there. Shane sends it to Sean. Sean sends it to Glenn. Glenn back to Shane. Shane with a shot. Dr. K with the block. Furlano with the backhand after I'm talking about his forehand. Maybe a early whistle there.
Got it. Purple puck on the freeze. Purple puck on the freeze. Wait for myself.
All right, Sweets clarifying it's purple puck on the freeze. I think that might have been an errant whistle. Looks like Sider takes something to the face there. Loses his glasses.
I think it was a butt end got him with the butt end of the stick.
An elbow, maybe?
Yeah, either
butt
elbow
end or
or
elbow.
butt end, one of the two. Knocked his glasses off, but he temporarily rattled, but he's ready to go.
All right, Sider and Shane back at it.
And an injury.
Sider sends it up to Kurt. Kurt can't control it. Sean with the puck. Sean sends it up to Shane, but Shane can't control it, and Steve with the save for the cover.
You got a big love.
Kurt puts a shot wide.
Snuck that one through.
Gladding puts it home.
Oh, there's the goal. Gladding.
Scores short side. And it's a 5-goal game with 3 minutes and 53 seconds to play.
He followed his own rebound and made him pay.
That's the story of the third period. It's following your own rebounds. And that's their first goal of the third period for like several months.
That's their first goal in probably
the second goal.
Like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It might have been their first goal in like 15 minutes. They were in quite a cold spell.
Yeah. No, There was definitely a 3 or 4 or even maybe a 5-goal run there. I'd be interested in watching the tape to see what that run was for Red. Blotzer sends it forward. Kurt has got it in the corner, puts it off the outside of the net. Shane sends it up to Sean. Sean with the shot. Good defense from Sidor there, and Steve covers it. Blotzer has got 2 on him. Gladding in the corner. Shane behind the net with Blotzer. Sean was team 1 up there, but didn't get to him. Got it now. Sends it up to Gladding. Goes off a sweet split, it looks like. Sider and Gladding going at it. Both playing the puck, both playing clean by the look of things so far. But still getting a little chippy down there. Gladding gives him some space. Sider sends it up to Kurt. Kurt's got a cutting block there, but staying on good defense there. So Kurt with got to watch his stick there a little bit. He almost clipped Sidor there. Shane with it, sends it up, goes wide. Gladding trying to get control, but he's got 2 Reds on him. John G on the court now. Gladding's going off for a change. I would expect to see Hook maybe coming out next. John G with
and there's one.
Now it's a 4-goal game with 1:26 left, and the clock stops. That's going to help Glenn's plus minus as Glenn just steps onto the court.
Yeah, for sure. That was a nice little shot. Beat him glove side.
Dr. K with the puck here. Puts it into the corner. John G with it. Goes around his own net. Another shot, another long shot, hoping to strike gold twice. Dr. K controls it behind his net, and you have to think that Red might start to go into some time killing, but it's not really the way that they're built. So we'll see if they try to kill the time here, or if they just keep firing on net. Right now, they're content to play a little bit of tic-tac-toe with each other.
I think this is their version of time killing, because I think they kind of took the foot off the gas for the last two goals that they scored, but now it looks like they're trying to turn up the heat again.
Verlano's got the puck. Glenn's on him, but giving him some space. Verlano sends it forward to Ramsey. Ramsey running around the other net. Dr. K cutting. Ramsey tries to get it to him. Goes wide. 30 seconds left on the clock. Verlano sends it back up to Ramsey. Ramsey puts a shot on net. Dr. K can't get the rebound. Glenn controls it. Tries to put a shot on with 20 seconds left on the clock. 10-6. Verlano with it now. We got 12 seconds left on the clock in the third period. 10 seconds now. Trying to kill some more time here, and Purple seems content to let them kill it. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that is your hockey game. So, Le Tremblement scores 3 goals in the first period, but only 3 more goals in the next 2. Meanwhile, Fukushima faceoff does get to that double-digit mark we were talking about with 10 goals total, scoring 3 goals in the first, 4 goals in the second, 3 goals in the third. Good, even scoring night out for Fukushima faceoff. What did you see tonight that you liked, Shane?
I mean, that first period we thought it had the makings of a heavyweight fight, going 3-3 into the break, teams trading blows, and then second period happened and it just got out of hand. I mean, Fukushima was just more than Le Tremblement could handle. They were moving, they were finding space, they were making cuts. It was kind of like a clinic that second period, and it just kind of carried over into the third. Little bit of life at the end, but there really wasn't much fight for Le Tremblement this game.
And what did you see that the teams need to work on?
I mean, from Le Tremblement, I mean, I think they just need to figure out what their identity is on offense. If they're not beating somebody with speed, because they were getting beat to every puck. If they're not beating somebody with speed, they got to figure out something to kind of get momentum back in their favor. They're not a big physical group, so it wasn't like, with Gilzian, I mean, he can be a physical presence, but the rest of their makeup isn't built like that. So they just got to figure out what they can do to kind of take the fight to the other team. As far as Fukushima, I mean, build off this. I mean, their passing looked great. Their spacing looked good. They were cutting. I think the only thing you and I both, or you mentioned quite a bit throughout the broadcast, is a lot of times they'll get caught with 3 guys up front and nobody back. So I think moving forward, they just got to be a little cognizant of not leaving Steve out on an island.
Well, we're getting the signal that they want to close down the equipment. It's been a late night here for RFHL. So, Shane, thanks for calling the game with me. It was a blast. And,
hey, always a pleasure, my friend.
Is it Wednesday yet?